Yeah, gonna grunt. So let's see. Well, gonna need some coal somewhere, so might as well just put it there, pal. Alright. That's gonna be the thing what unloads coal. So where's the... It'd be nice if this was in a separate book, but hey ho. What can one do, hey? What can one do? Yeah, and I'm going to watch this... whilst I'm playing this, I'm going to watch a thing about Fallout.
There is much to be skeptical of in this world. So it no longer surprises me to learn how many people don't really believe in anything. What's the point? For many of us, the road is a difficult one, but the path is always there for us to follow, no matter how many times we may fall. You're not so certain. Fair enough. We all go through periods of darkness. Of course, in a world filled with misery and uncertainty, it is a great comfort to know that, in the end, there is light in the darkness.
In October 1997, Fallout, the post-nuclear role-playing game, was out in stores. And it changed the world. No, it didn't. Fallout sold okay, but the franchise didn't enter the gaming mainstream until its acquisition by Bethesda. And only a year later, in 1998, we were playing the sequel. It was twice as big, very buggy, but pretty good overall, enriching the setting with post-apocalyptic Scientology and an Italian mafia faction. But the third Fallout game won't be out for a while. The suits in charge of Interplay became obsessed with the idea of breaking into the console market.
The Brotherhood is the law, or the closest thing to law that anyone's seen in a long time.
Back then there was this notion that the RPG genre was too sophisticated for a common console man. But eventually the suits gave the go-ahead to develop a proper Fallout sequel. This is how Project Van Buren was born. Black Isle codenamed their projects after American presidents. Chris Avellone and George Sawyer were in charge of the design. The game was cancelled in 2003. Some of the characters, factions, other elements were later reused in Fallout New Vegas, Caesar's Legion, Joshua Graham, the Hoover Dam. But the real secret of Van Buren, the secret the big RPG industry doesn't want you to know, is that Black Isle's Fallout 3 still exists in a video game afterlife of sorts. The elaborate design documents detailing the game's quests, locations, characters can be found online. The game lives in these digital pages. There are several ongoing attempts to recreate Van Buren based on the surviving documentation, like Project Revelation Blue, first announced just a year ago, a New Vegas mod. Jesus fuck, is it Revelation Blue or Revelation Blues? The lack of naming consistency is not a good sign. As a platform, Vegas has its advantages. The developers can reuse some of the assets, like the building geometry, the outfits, and first-person RPGs seem to be more popular than isometric ones. The potential audience is bigger, that's good. And then there is ProjectVanBuren.com, an attempt to recreate the game using Unity engine, notable for preserving the original's early 3D aesthetic. The website mentions volunteer associates, but I'm pretty sure this is mostly a one-man effort by Adam Latsko. Very nice visuals. But the game we'll take a look at today is something else. Fallout Yesterday is an attempt to rebuild the original Fallout 3 on the engine of Fallout 2. There is supposed to be no significant difference between BIS Van Buren and Fallout Yesterday, except for the engine change and the additional plot info the developer got from Chris Avellone. Actually, I even met a few ex-BIS legends in person in 2017 and got their blessing for going down the old school road. The disadvantage of using the classic engine is, well, my impression is that there are quite a few people who like to watch these videos, but very few actually play the old game. Which is probably not that weird, it's a 90s product with an archaic user interface. Well, let's experience a little bit of the resurrected Fallout 3. FantasyNamesGenerator.com tells me Joel is a fairly standard American male name, so we'll go with that. There are additional character customization options, not a ubiquitous feature of classic Fallout mods, but not an uncommon one either. A more exotic feature is the race selection. Play as a human, a ghoul, or a super mutant. Ghouls are frail but smart. Super mutants are strong but not very charismatic. Unfortunately, the engine was never designed with the race selection feature. It needed to be hacked in. Picking your race won't update your stats with correct bonuses and penalties until the game begins. This is my first proper playthrough, so I'll do a conventional human, specializing in unarmed, lockpick, and speech. High agility, high intelligence. A standard-ass build, effective in every single Fallout game, official or mod. Welcome to Arizona. The year is 2253. We are doing time. The robot standing in the doorway of our cell looks like a less blocky version of a Securitron. This happens to be the facility director. Tibbet's penitentiary is run by robots. We were kidnapped. Good morning, number 13. I hope you enjoyed our little welcoming movie. As a matter of fact, I did not. The game shows you an old American educational video about atomic physics that has pretty much nothing to do with the game's story, and it's like 5 or 6 minutes long. So, how did I get here? Our warden, Odysseus, arranged for your transfer. This is a place where you are shielded from the harms of the outside world, and a place where you can learn to become a better person. You can learn about respecting others, respecting your country, your government. We've been kidnapped by robot spooks. Tibbet's is many things. A re-educational facility, a medical center, a for-profit prison. 320 inmates are employed by 3 Voltec factories. Last year, they recorded sales of over $26 million with profits, says the director. We need to report to Odysseus, our overlord. Will be put on trial. There is a locker in our cell. Inside, a shiv and a sex doll. In Van Buren, every character starts as a virgin. There is even a special perk, and once the protagonist becomes a sex haver, the perk or the trait disappears from the character sheet. The director is complaining about their wheel being creaky, so I use the repair skill on them to see what's wrong. But this initiates combat because the game thinks my intention was to disassemble the robot. Reload. There are dozens of new traits, but the old UI can't fit all of them, so they are instead presented as perks. Most of these are silly min-max kind of traits that make you good at one thing and catastrophically bad at everything else. But some are interesting. Beast Lord. Reach within the mind of the easily swayed. Animals, politicians, and marketing personnel to control their very thoughts. Beast Lords only wear armor made from animals. But we'll pick the NCR background since I doubt the more extreme traits are implemented in the current build. Cell Block 13. Is this why everyone is wearing a jumpsuit with the number 13? The robot cop tells us we are free to go anywhere in the facility. The central hub. The prison is huge. I'm not sure if this is your typical modder's megalomania or perhaps the designer is just trying to be authentic to the source material. Overcomplicated intro locations that overstay their welcome is a pathology of many Black Isle and early Obsidian games. The most extreme example of this is the space station in KOTOR 2. A young woman in the corner is watching the robots from the shadows. She introduces us to various groups and cliques inside the prison. The 3 main ones are the robots, the convicts, and the sheriff's people. The robots take great pride in what they do, she says. There is a real tradition to it. The sheriff and his men are helping. Let's explore around. This is the medical wing, one of them. The woman in white is a doctor and a nurse. She knows how to operate the autodoc. Talk to her if you are low on health. The gym. The punching bags are interactable, but I didn't notice any skill increases. We might be too good at punching. Look at this fucking bench. Assuming these are 20s and the smaller ones are 15s, 80 plus 80 plus 20 plus 30, that's 210 kilograms. We can ask this guy to spot us, but there doesn't seem to be any way to actually interact with the bench. Magic's Twin Stars. The guards inform us that Magic is a local trader, one of the few. His business model is that he buys stolen things and then resells them to other inmates for caps. We're not really qualified or interested in being a thief. Instead, how about we beat the shit out of these guys and take their stuff for free? The guards are easy, but Magic himself is tough. However, our character was pretty much made to dominate the early game threats. We get all their items, including a set of lockpicks. And in this locker, there is a what the fuck amount of bottle caps. This is just stupid. Imagine carrying thousands of caps in your pockets as you do your daily shopping. There are ghoul prisoners, and this here is a super mutant convict. He doesn't know anything about Master's army or whatever, he says. Worked on a farm all his life. The lockpicks are hugely important because despite appearances, the secure doors are protected with conventional locks, not electronic ones. Someone is producing alcohol in this little cave. Aldo's Klamath Special. I wonder where he gets the wood to fuel the still. Try fixing the exposed wires? Get electrocuted. The body behind the force field is a lobotomite, a human with a brain surgically removed. Previously, they appeared on a loading screen in Fallout 1, and then they were in the DLC for New Vegas. The robots don't do a great job maintaining the installation. Everything is covered in dirt and rust. A train. The facility is bigger than I thought. The enclave floor decoration thing is too pompous for this place. So, is the train still working? Well, we traveled somewhere, a different station. Did we escape Tibbets? Was it this easy? You emerge into a clearing surrounded by mountain cliffs from all sides, says the game. An old road leads to dusty buildings in the distance. Groups of prisoners socializing behind the fence. We didn't escape. This is still a part of the Tibbets facility. You got 10 seconds. Tell me the password or I blow your head clean off and feed the red scorpions. However, I'll happily trade you these drugs I have. This is Eugene. The graffiti on the wall of his house says Eugene sucks. He doesn't actually suck, he just has Tourette's. An underground garage, infested with scorpions.
Oh, man,
this is
that
not a
music
classic
brings back
Fallout
memories.
sprite, borrowed from Fallout Tactics, I think. It's not better or worse. Early game combat is a weakness of most isometric Fallouts, official or fan-made. It involves a lot of kiting and doing dumb video gamey shit. Never seen shrooms like these before. Maybe someone in the prison knows how to get high off them. Welcome to Fergie's Lost and Found. What can I get you? She tells a little about herself. Grew up in Junktown. Was in Tibbets for God knows how long. Moved here, underground, 2 years ago. It's a nice place. Fergie has a laser pistol for sale. This is brilliant, and this alone makes energy weapon starts viable. The blue robe-looking thing is an armored vault suit. A prisoner made, I assume. Doesn't change the way we look. Welcome aboard. I am Chief Security Officer Seb, appointed by the sheriff, to whom I report on a monthly basis. Things got busy lately, she says. The robots brought in a whole cult. Rainmakers, they're called. A harmless bunch, but the hospital is full. Read the weather forecast magazine, stranger. You'll be glad you did. Not sure if this is related or not, but after I joined the Rainmakers as a joke, Joel's charisma score seems to have jumped by 2 points. A bug or a feature, I don't know. We are working on a cure for insanity, says this doctor. He needs volunteers. It's a side quest. I don't think this is implemented because I've never got a dialogue option with any of the other patients. Patients like this woman who complains that she had to prostitute her daughter to another prisoner in order to afford food. But then as the conversation keeps going, I get the impression that the daughter was imaginary. The doctors have an interesting relationship with this place. They seem to prefer being locked up in Tibbets to being free. In fact, they want to help the robots run this place better. The scarecrow might have been fashioned in the likeness of Lynette, the first citizen of Vault City. Clearing a red scorpion nest is a rare side quest that is actually properly implemented. Use a shovel on the nest to bury it. The robot in the beginning of the game told us to report to Odysseus for interrogation. A small dark room. Video feeds of 2 old men talking are being looped on the monitors. The trial shall commence now. Tibbets prisoner 13. Do you admit the acts of terrorism against the government of the United States of America? The United States of what? Oh, come on. They have schools in NCR. You know what that is. Do you admit conspiring with the Chinese Communist government in order to weaken and harm the defense perimeters set up by the Central Intelligence Agency? I'm innocent. The court is now in session. Judge Odysseus presiding. Please be seated. Calling the case of the people of the state of Arizona versus Joel. Are both sides ready? So we're being charged with the crime of driving a car belonging to the Central Intelligence Agency. Honestly, I haven't got the slightest idea what's going on in this scene. Odysseus invites and interrogates witnesses. All of them are also Odysseus, who has multiple personalities. I think the developer intention is that this is supposed to be sort of like the trial sequence from Neverwinter 2, but the little dialogue box is the worst possible medium for theatrical scenes like this. At least we gain a level. Remember the robot cop guarding the cell block? I kinda wanna farm these for XP. Here is a little classic Fallout secret. Every robot can be disabled by destroying its sensor lenses, which is achieved by a single critical hit in the eyes. I fully intend to save scum this, but it wasn't even necessary. First attempt. We don't have other weapons except for our fists. Eventually, I discover that the only attack that deals any amount of damage is a critical strike in the head area, and that doesn't always work. After getting the robot to 1/3 of its health, it stops taking damage completely. My disappointment is immeasurable. Cool to see prisoners treating their cells like apartments, decorating them with objects of cultural value. The woman is a witch or a shaman. She calls young people hatchlings. I find it hard to take her seriously. The cool people cell block. Not sure what they put in the holy water, but the locals seem to get high of it. The Vault Boy hologram introduces a technology called SimTech 5000, which I'm pretty sure wasn't in the design document. It'll provide a safe and reassuring simulation of life in the vault, based on pre-recorded memory of an unknown dweller that entered the vault on October 19th, 2077.
Raise it. Raise it even to the foundation.
It's like Tranquility Lane from Fallout 3, complete with a monochrome screen filter. The original Van Buren was supposed to begin with a pre-war gameplay sequence where Corporal Armstrong in power armor escorts you to a nearby vault just prior to the bombs falling and annihilating everything. It's a tutorial level, and as far as I can tell, the character you are playing isn't connected to the protagonist in any way. The entire sequence is included in the leaked Van Buren alpha, but it's not super fun. In Fallout Yesterday, it's implemented as a side quest. The black and white filter makes the text boxes near unreadable. The American communist guerrillas are waging people's war against us. If you die in the sim, you die in real life. The buildings and the bodies have useful items in them, but they only exist inside the simulation. Holy shit, the communists got Corporal Armstrong. He had no reloads for his minigun. That was the problem. I wonder why the place is so ruined. Is it because of the riots? For comparison, this is what the area looks like in the Van Buren tech demo. And this is what it looks like in Adam Letzko's prototype. The game says the brochure is the Communist Manifesto, but it actually looks like Mao's Red Book. I am unable to confirm if it is indeed red. A Fallout 4 style Voltec transport vehicle. Not sure if it fits the aesthetic. This is Vault 8, the future Vault City. Enter freely, citizen. I am Dr. Moreau. How can I help you? Commies attacked me outside. I don't feel well. Commies, you say? As long as there are differences, we will tear ourselves apart fighting each other. We did it, team. This took years, but we finally made Fallout 3 writing look good. Moreau will eventually get exiled from the vault. He will travel south to the hub. There, he will become Richard Gray, a physician and a philosopher. Together with Harold and some others, he'll go to Mariposa military base and accidentally fall into the vats. We know how this story ends. The second level is a copy of the same map from Fallout 2 with a handful of things switched places. So this floor was used as a warehouse even before the war for some reason. Why are you doing this to me, game? The crates still have the spare water chips, and there is a suit of metal armor in the locker. Just terrible. Activating the jukebox ends the simulation. A bar. No barkeep though. This is Angela, a regular. She struggles with the concept of a town because Angela was born in Tibbets. Many locals were. The facility is a special place. Before the war, it held some of the America's most dangerous criminals. Prior to the vaults being established, it was used for primitive isolation studies. The Van Buren design doc says the player should escape in about an hour after starting the game, but there is enough content in Tibbets to occupy them for up to 5 hours. The protagonist is is supposed to return here several times, progressively unlocking more and more of the facility, but I don't think this is implemented in the current build. Anyway, Angela eventually confesses that she wants to fuck robots. Officer Rob is one of the sheriff's men. What's the point of having a sheriff and deputies when there are security robots all over the place? A robot can't read people well, can't build social connections. This thing is a new asset, but it looks very natural next to the other sprites. The kitchen. The prisoners keep saying something about noises coming from the eastern hallway. Let's see what's up. Is that an Enclave trooper? He's not hostile. Not sure if you can see this on YouTube, but there is another trooper standing right next to us with an active stealth boy. We can't use the look at command on this individual, so I guess these stealth boys finally work in the classic engine. The soldiers are not interested in us, and if anything, they seem to be friendly-ish. The kids are playing right next to them, and nobody seems to mind. The black armor is borrowed from the Olympus mod. They shot the Tibbet's robots. The slugs are slow, very durable, and their attacks are weak. There are several of them, and the sprites look like they've been taken from a different game. They don't provide much XP when killed. This battle is perfect in just how terrible and boring it is. The dead robot is the behemoth type, borrowed from Fallout Tactics. The soldiers blew up a hole in the ceiling and rappelled down the facility. The rope must be incredibly strong, since these are power armor troops. The officer says we are free to leave, but he doesn't bother explaining or identifying himself. This is where it struck me that these are probably not Enclave soldiers. We are almost certainly dealing with the Brotherhood of Steel. The game takes place well after the events of Fallout 2, so it makes sense they got their hands on some advanced power armor design associated with the American government. Knowledge of our enemies will help us prevail. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Cool. The vertebrate isn't animated, but I don't care. Some of the inmates were supposed to mark various locations on our map, but I guess this wasn't implemented.
Word a few at Fort Aradesh. Fort abandoned. Even further west than that.
Hanged people. Reminds me of something. Fort Aradesh is an NCR military base, or was an NCR military base. It was mentioned in Lonesome Road, but this is the first time we actually get to visit the place. The map is very annoying to navigate. In Adam Letzko's project, Fort Abandoned looks like this. I like his version a lot more. A power plant. I wonder if it's functioning. The layout was copied from the Gecko power plant from the second game, but things were moved around a bit. Inside one of the rooms there is a dead tribal tied to a pipe. Someone tortured him to death. The reactor chamber is used as a safe room by a bunch of locals hiding from whatever killed the NCR troops outside. The talking head is borrowed from Fallout Sonora. NCR Rangers offered us protection, but they were overwhelmed by raiders. We locked ourselves inside until NCR sends help. Who is the dead guy tied to a pipe? He told us useful things. I got carried away with my knife. At least he revealed the raiders call themselves Caesar's Legion, and that their camp lies at the farm northwest of here. I hope our Brahmin are fine. They are. The reddish cows are the originals, and the light brown ones are borrowed from Fallout Tactics. To get to the farm, we need to go through this parking lot. No legionnaires here, just annoying as dogs. A bunch of armed people and a corpse. They don't look like tribals. These guys are NCR mercs. The Desert Rangers pay them to track and hunt down slavers, especially Legion scouts. They tracked the Legionnaires here by following their car tracks, but then they lost Ziggy. Not to the slavers though. You've heard about the Deathclaw, right? Now imagine one you cannot see, a chameleon. They are native to the Grand Canyon. We've heard a story about these creatures from one of the inmates back in Tibbetts, and these are the vehicles the bounty hunter was talking about. This was translated directly from the Van Buren concept art. Very cool. The sprites conform to the classic game's aesthetic really well, which is not common in this mod. The farm northwest from here. Listen to this. Do you hear it? Exactly. It's nothing. How is it even possible to fuck up world map travel? All you need is travel music, reasonable character speed, and then some fun random shit happening every once in a while. The Doctor Who reference is a special encounter copy-pasted from Fallout 1. A group of nomads. The tribal child sprite is new to the mod. Red scorpion hunters fighting mantis hunters. An ancient war of ideology. You seem to find some people in the wrong place at the wrong time. You will come with us. Odysseus will never stop pursuing you or the others. Give us freedom or give us death. I will not ask again. Come now or you will be made an example of. This is another scene copy-pasted from a classic Fallout game with the characters and the dialogue changed a bit. I have mixed feelings about these sprites. I like that the dev had the presence of mind to put the protagonist behind the bush. This was when I realized that the farm where Legionnaires are holed up is accessible from Fort Aradesh. The transition zone dumped me to the world map because it isn't set up properly.
Translation became giving orders. Giving orders became leading in battle.
So these are the Legionnaires. They don't appear to have standardized uniforms. I do like the look of the...
It's nice, but I'm no longer interested in this. Well done, I guess. Well done. No. What about the other show?
Horror host, and he was called.
Don't throw us away.
Welcome to episode 100 of the Hate Bus, everybody. Not we. I was going to say we. I decided not to make this a special when I was waiting for the second Tardiversary.
I think every episode we do is a special episode.
Yeah. It's literally a short bus episode every week, but I'm Tommy, and with me this week is Dwiggett.
I need a medic bag.
You need a bag in your fucking mouth. And whoa. Bobson.
Hello, sirs.
And Joe.
Can this be the Halloween special?
Nah, we got like a week or two before that.
Okay, because I had this really good idea. All right, so y'all know what like a horror host is, yeah? Like Elvira or Svengoolie or whatever.
Sure.
What if you had a horror host and he was called the Gabagool, and he's like this like vampire, but he's also like a New Jersey Dago with the sweatpants and shit. And he's like, hey, we're watching scary movies, faggot.
But he only watches the worst scary movies.
He's like, this movie sucks dick.
He watches. He just constantly watches Ghoulies too.
Oh no, this movie's terrible. This is even worse than the first Ghoulies.
He only watches the one Leprechaun movie with Jennifer Aniston in it.
Hey, this fucking Mick is shining shoes over here.
I know a better horror host. Your mom.
Whoa.
No,
that about yourself like that. I don't think you're
uncalled for.
You take that back.
The corollary
my mother
of that,
is a saint.
The corollary of that bit, of course, would be that he was like railing at my mom or something. I chose to ignore that and just told him not to be so mean to himself, calling himself a horror.
Oh, so I thought of a joke earlier this week too. Did you guys hear about that hotel construction collapse in Louisiana?
Yeah, the one with the contractor or the company in charge of it was a Pidgeot.
Yeah, so my thought was anybody who was trapped in there was stuck between a hard rock and a hard place.
Hey,
I don't understand.
Because it was a Hard Rock hotel that collapsed.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, it was a Pidgeot company with a history of corruption.
I've never actually been to a Hard Rock.
You're
cafe
telling me, hello there, sir, has a history of corruption.
It's average to sub-average food for really expensive prices.
They're like, oh man, we have Steve Perry's guitar. And I'm like, yeah, let me know when you get
I have to pay the rent on this place.
Yeah, and you can look at all the garbage memorabilia while eating $30 chicken tenders.
Well, I do like tenders, but not when they cost $30. YouTube.
That's a silly price for tenders. Get the fuck out of here.
Silly price. Hey, this price is downright horrifying. I am the Gabagool.
We're gonna hear this all show, aren't we?
It's a really good bit.
I'm not saying it ain't a solid idea. I'd watch it. I'd watch the
You
show.
know that shit would be fucking hilarious.
I'm also saying we're gonna hear this bit the entire show, aren't we?
I've been thinking about it all day.
I can tell.
The gabagool. Hey, this Dracula guy's acting half a fag over here.
I'm officially requesting fan art from our audience for the gabagool.
The gabagool. What a terrible fucking joke.
Well,
I actually feel bad for introducing this idea. I thought it was going to work out a lot better.
Well, to be fair, Dracula would be like half a fag because he's always like biting dudes' necks and stuff. And it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I always remember him biting on some broads. I remember, like fucking Bela Lugosi's walking around chomping down on some nice 1930s pieces of ass over here.
Yeah, in like the originals, but other movies they're just like biting dudes. They're biting fucking whatever. Like,
that's because it's the Jews have ruined the vampire mythos there, Tommy.
But it's like they become like pan-vampiric, I guess might be the term.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, hot.
Gross, Jub. Jub, you understand what pansexuals are, right?
Yeah, they want to fuck frying pans.
No,
They want
no,
frying pans
they
to be
want to
folded
fuck
in half.
anything and everything.
Everything?
Well, humanoid.
They're you could even say they're Transylvanian.
See, that's the kind of joke the gabagool would make.
Oh, I'll see myself out. It's okay.
Yeah, it's too bad fucking Tim Curry made that joke like way before you did.
Right?
Well, I mean, I was going to mention that, but I let it go.
Oh, you know I could never let a good musical reference go.
Well, I mean,
musicals.
We are the show about musicals, one specifically, but
one specific. I think we've referenced the great
Little Shop of Horrors.
No. It's much more embarrassing than that. We've referenced the
Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, Brigadoon.
No, it's
Brigadoon.
Brigadoon.
I was just gonna name like really annoying ones.
I would much rather watch Brigadoon than either of those.
Oh, Little Shop of Horrors is good.
I guess. Oh God, Rick Moranis.
Well, the original one had Jack Nicholson as the crazy dentist.
It did indeed.
Oh, well, that one wasn't a musical though.
No, that one wasn't.
That was a really wacky one. That's a weird movie.
Yeah, it's not very good. It's not very good.
No, I want to say that was a Roger Corman movie. He tended to make very strange movies, but his version of The Raven with fucking Boris Karloff and Peter Lorre was pretty good.
Yeah, but
that also had Jack Nicholson.
Overall, Corman not that good.
No.
Good overall.
Well, to be fair, he
kind
made
of trash.
a few decent movies, but that's only because he made roughly 50 movies a year for about 50 years.
Yeah, what was it? His version of the Fantastic Four.
Oh man, that was a good movie.
Ironically, actually, the best movie version of Fantastic Four.
Pretty much.
Well,
he also
sure.
he made Chopping Mall. Remember that with the Killbots? That was a good movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That was a great movie.
Like Corman's oeuvre is not that good. Just
Chopping Mall is good, but it's no
Chopping Mall is fucking awesome. Although nobody gets chopped in it, they usually get lasered.
It's true.
They get lasered, electrocuted, all kinds of stuff.
he should have been sued for false advertising.
I would rather watch somebody get lasered than chopped, to be honest. I'm not a big slasher movie guy.
Okay.
What if
you know what's
what if it was just a slasher movie about how women were created and he's just constantly running around hacking broads between the legs?
Well, see, what if it was a...
Huh?
What if it was a slasher?
He's gonna go take a slash. That's what they call it over there.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God.
What if it was a
Kato,
slasher
back
movie?
me up on it.
And it was all about chicks riding slash fic.
Oh my goodness.
Yuck. Yuck.
Well,
Depends on who they're flashing.
real horror.
The ultimate horror.
What if it was just the slash sex tape?
Ugh.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't, congrats on the sex, bro. I guess I liked your guitar playing.
Just constant fucking cigarette ashes just dropping on the woman's body.
Is that what Cobra's trying to do with this new stupid fucking hat he's got?
He's like the homosexual Pantera. I think that's what's going on.
Don't say it, Jub. Don't say it.
I
don't you fucking dare.
Don't you worry.
It's gonna be. I guarantee it's gonna be the same exact joke one of my friends said earlier when I made that same comment.
It's gonna be, what's the difference?
Exactly.
I stopped. Everybody knows about my relative distaste for Pantera. I don't even mind Phil Anselmo though.
And I like Pantera. So
how about Panera?
You make a decent salad.
What about paneer?
Well,
that's that Indian shit with the fucking cheese and the spinach, right?
It's the cheese that doesn't melt.
Yeah, that's just pretty good. I'm alright. I'd like that more than Pantera. More like Panterable.
Oh, wrecked.
Oh shit! I'm doing like the Johnny Carson golf club thing.
I regret to inform you, Jub has been officially kicked off the show for that joke.
No, come on! How many times have you made fun of a game that I like yourself? That's really mean. The amount of abuse that Twice has taken on this show alone, it's just
it's
damn.
No, the problem is the only person who brings it up is you. That's why they get abuse.
I like them. It's my favorite band.
That's
for Pest Noir.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine if you like them. Anytime the word Twice pops up in an article, you're like, oh, Twice. Like,
Twice. Man. They do good songs about issues I can relate to, such as ice cream and space aliens.
Yeah, you know who else sang about space aliens? Blink-182. Look at them now.
Well, Blink-182 always sucks. So.
Shut up. Their first album was really good. Cheshire Cat is a good album.
I'm honestly pretty neutral on the Blink-182 question.
Except now that they replaced
David Bowie did Space Aliens too. Now he's dead.
Exactly.
Yeah, but David Bowie was fucking awesome.
Yeah, but see what happens when people sing about aliens? That's the point we're making.
David Bowie was also old as fuck.
Yeah, but not old enough to be dying like that. Yeah,
Twice is like all in their mid-20s. I'm gonna get like several more decades out of them before they end up going to the great David Bowie graveyard in the sky. I'll probably be dead before they are. Shit.
Yeah, but do you think they're gonna remain a pop band that long?
Fucking better.
Like a poop band.
I bet they don't. I mean, no offense to them, no insult to them, but I bet they don't maintain their pop band status for that long.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
You don't see a bunch of old K-pop groups, is what I'm saying.
Hey, what's their face from SNSD broads are like older than I am. They're still going. Shit.
STD broads?
Hell yeah.
No. How dare you? I'm telling Jessica right now. She speaks English. You're in big trouble.
Oh no.
What are you gonna do, Bobson? Are you scared?
Yeah, I just
got a small Korean woman coming after you.
Well, speaking of piss, Bobson. Speaking of piss.
All right,
yes, Mom.
we did it. We successfully did it.
Speaking of piss, and I think we covered this story previously.
Oh yeah.
But this is an update.
Oh, I remember this.
The elderly Florida kook who used a water pistol filled with his own urine to squirt a female neighbor in the face has been convicted of battery, but will only serve a month in jail for the vile attack. Stop editorializing, smoking gun.
That was a terrible Cannibal Corpse album.
Vile attack? Yeah.
No, just vile. That's the one that you said every song sounded the same.
Yeah, every song sounds like the same song. That's the only Cannibal Corpse album I ever bought, and I was like, if this is what they're about, no thanks.
No, they're pretty not great, but
same with that one Bad Religion album.
Which one?
I forget which one.
Oh, that's helpful.
Because they all
Suffer was pretty good.
Well, like they had plenty that were kind of like samey, and then they had weird experimental tracks that were fucking god awful.
The Gray Race, more like the Gay Race.
Now right? That album was alright though. That album was alright.
Oh, hey, oh.
Joel.
Remember when what's that stupid Jewish one with like Fat Mike?
No Effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did like a goofy parody cover of Suffer where he's got like a surfboard or whatever. It's fucking.
Yeah, they had a 7-inch record. They had a 7-inch of the month club or whatever for a while, and the 7-inch was called Surfer, and it was a surfer on fire. Yeah.
I guess that's kind of a funny joke. I don't know. Whatever.
So Joel,
I got a 7-inch for you.
Oh,
was a personal pan pizza.
Nice.
How'd you know?
I'm just good at guessing. So
That's kind of small pan pizza, isn't it? How big is a pan?
a personal pan pizza, Joe. Personal pan, like the kid size from the Pizza Hut.
More like pizza slut. Whoa, wait.
So
whoa.
Joel Benjamin, 71, entered a no contest.
God.
He entered a no contest. It was just screaming no.
No, it was a Japanese play, actually.
Oh, a no contest.
What?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. My favorite theater is it's a no theater. I think no theater is the best. Classic.
My favorite theater is Dream Theater.
Whoa.
I'm
Nice.
really sorry. How was it coming out to your dad as gay?
Well, actually, that was just a ham-fisted effort to make the stupid joke about Mike Portnoy's complaint. But
Mike Portnoy's complaint. I got kicked out of Avenged Sevenfold. I'm complaining. Blah.
it's like, well, Jeb and I were talking about like he was asking what was that real awful book or whatever about that was real sexually degenerate, and it's called Portnoy's Complaint. And we turned it into Mike Portnoy's Complaint.
So then we came up with Mike Portnoy's complaint. Oh my god, that was a while ago we did that.
I was supposed to be the drummer for Avenged Sevenfold, but then they got Brooks Wackerman.
Wow, they wouldn't let me back in Dream Theater. Wow.
So anyhow,
I'm a shitty Neil Peart. I'm complaining.
It's not degenerate at all. It's just a guy crying. So he entered a no contest plea to the misdemeanor charge during an appearance last Thursday in circuit court. He was sentenced to 30 days in jail and a 1-year probation term that will commence upon his release from the Pinellas County lockup. Benjamin was also fined about $1,000 in order to have no contact with the 50-year-old victim who was attacked in mid-April while walking her dog one evening outside the Gulfport housing complex where both she and Benjamin reside.
Oh God.
As detailed in the criminal complaint, Benjamin approached the woman and pulled out a water gun that contained his own urine and squirted her several times.
Nope.
This is the greatest handgun in the world.
Yeah, squirting checks out.
Well, squirt is piss. We all know this.
Yep.
In an interview with the Smoking Gun days after his arrest, Benjamin admitted that I lost my fucking temper and shot her in the face with my squirt gun filled with piss.
Yep. Straightforward.
This goes to my favorite Id. I really like that sentence.
Squirt gun
He also
filled
described the
with
attack
piss.
as an egregious thing to do.
Ooh.
Benjamin claimed he targeted the woman because she'd been spying on him as part of a purported government surveillance campaign.
Gang stalking.
Yeah. You tell him.
During police questioning,
Go off, King.
Benjamin showed no remorse, saying that he would do it again, according to the
Oh,
complaint.
shit. Fuck.
I am Shalachaska, also called Revolver Pissalot.
Oh, no.
But the guy has a mouth like Mr. Magoo.
He kind of looks like Lloyd Kaufman with hair.
Or like
kind of does.
Or like oh fuck, I can't remember that stupid cartoon. It wasn't in my age range.
I don't know.
Jimmy Neutron looks like the friend from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, Carl?
It looks like an old version of Carl.
I don't know. That I was always more of a Dexter kid. That was a big gang war back in the day.
Well, I have no idea. Those neither side was my turf. I wasn't participating in that gang war.
Oh, you were a civilian in the great boy genius gang war of Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon of the early 2000s.
Yeah, I think I was busy playing the punk rock and smoking the weds.
Well, I
probably having sex with girls.
Probably.
I was like,
most likely.
Get off my back. Fuck.
And it's not about you not having sex. It wasn't in my age range. It was about me actually having sex instead of watching kids' cartoons.
I might have smoked a wet at that point. I can't remember.
Yeah, I may or may not have been having sex. And I should probably just drop the may not, because I definitely was having sex, guys. Okay, I've
I'm
had
definitely
sex.
having old sex, guys.
I've
all
had
of it.
sex, guys. Okay.
Well, I used to watch Dexter's Lab, so I guess
I was totally giving Belinda Carlisle rim jobs in the early 2000s, guys.
God damn it.
Ooh, over the hill, Belinda Carlisle rim jobs, nice.
Yeah,
When did she? Wait, how old was she?
Wow.
Early.
You should have said Kate Beckinsale.
No, that's what I was doing, Bobson. I was speaking for Tommy.
Oh, ladies.
Belinda Carlisle was
I was
big.
trying to get more like like kind of punk alternative broad, and I thought of Belinda Carlisle. All right, leave me alone. Wow. Isn't that the bitch from the Bangles? I can't remember her name. Fuck.
A contemporary of other punk alternative women like Olivia Newton-John.
Hell yeah, she's fucking punk as fuck, bro.
Hell yeah.
She's no Punky Brewster. Did she still have her boobs back then? I don't remember.
I don't know. So the next story is real short. This next story is super short. There's like 4 sentences.
Okay.
This is about Alabama man.
Uh-oh.
A North Alabama man accused of standing naked while washing a mirror in his front yard has been arrested.
Oh my god, it's Ethan Klein. What the fuck?
It's Alabama man. Ethan Alabama man.
Oh god, Alabama man. Great moves.
Mac Samuel Stokes, 48, was arrested and placed in the Limestone County Jail on Friday, charged with public lewdness, according to media reports.
What a baka.
He's in. Go ahead.
Do you think it's his first time in lockup, or do you think this was the return of the Mac?
I was going to do a joke like that, but I couldn't think of it. Fuck. You know, it's just another day in the life of a Mac.
With this article, I had a hard time figuring out the fucking name of the website, but apparently it was just an area called Dothan.
The Dothan Eagle, huh?
Dothan Eagle.
Well, and I was like, Dot Han Eagle, like what? I don't. Like,
that's the Indian Chinese newspaper.
Dothan. You know, I like their sections. They have news, sports, e-edition, buy and sell, and obituaries right at the top of the page.
Yeah,
top billing. Fucking obituaries.
But for me, obituaries is number 2 in that list. So, like, that's more important than the rest.
Well, no, it's like that for me too, but I thought I would put it at the end for dramatic emphasis.
No. I'm just saying I think it's funny that it's in number 2, like it's more important than the rest of the stuff.
Well, I am a horror host. I understand pacing as the gabagool.
So, oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh,
the photos attached to the obituaries are amazing.
Oh. Let's have a peek through here.
Let's scroll down to David. Just go down to Joey, Arthur Lawrence, and Ricky Palmer.
Oh fuck! They got Joey. You son of a bitch.
Quite the genetic bullion base in Dothan.
Genetic bullion base.
Jesus, did they use a picture from 1988 of Ricky Palmer? What the fuck is going on here?
Right?
look at Joseph Lloyd Joey David. He looks like fucking Stalin. What the hell? Hey, I'm a fucking Bolshevik over here, you half a fake.
Well, no, so normally when people put in pictures for obituaries, they try to find when the person looked their best. And so for Ricky Palmer, it was 1988.
Yeah. That dank question going on there.
Anyhow,
you know what's really funny? Annie Clyde Blackman, actually a white woman. Talk about false advertising.
Well, anyhow, our man Stokes here, still in jail with $500 bond. Poor little guy.
Did we just like make fun of like dead people that were fucked up?
Yep.
Oh well.
So Clearwater police arrested a man earlier today for driving under the influence after he was seen driving on a sidewalk. That is not how you drive, guy.
How you do it, bud.
Police say 29-year-old Corey Sapigow was driving erratically on Gulf Debate Boulevard.
Grub just saw the photo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about this photo. Holy shit.
Did you just say sloppy gal?
Yeah, his name is Corey Sloppygow.
His eyeballs are sure sloppy. One of them is open a lot further than the other one. They're going different directions. He's got 916 tattooed on his. That's Rey Mysterio's finishing
I'm really pissed
move, right?
off with this.
The 916.
No,
This
that's
guy's
that's
really
Dave
fucked up my
Mysterio.
work.
Daver's man, look at this guy. Whatever.
So he was driving erratically on Gulf to Bay Boulevard and drove on a sidewalk for a short time.
I don't even know what that this guy is to make fun of him. Like, he looks like a fucking Indian. But like, hey, hoya, not like, please open the control panel. You know, like, what's going on?
Oh, he's pretty thoroughly fucking mestizo. I mean,
So, you know, apparently nobody missed him driving on the sidewalk. He was noticed by another driver near the intersection. He was then stopped by officers a few blocks west and taken into custody. Like, man, how did somebody notice somebody driving on a sidewalk? Who could have seen that?
Is this the Innsmouth look that Howard Phillips was talking about? Is that what's going on here?
Police say Soapy Gay told officers he's never had a valid driver's license in any state at any time.
Hell yeah. No, the system.
Breaking the law.
This dude's like the same age as me, by the way. Hell yeah. That's a lot of illegal driving.
He's been booked into the Pinellas County Jail and is being charged with 1 count of driving without a valid license and 1 count of driving under the influence. I don't buy that he was under the influence of anything looking at this picture. Come on.
No way.
Come on.
What the hell is 916? Is that like some wacky...
It's an area code for someone.
I guess.
Well, is that the California bear tattooed by his other eye?
Oh, yeah, it is. How about that?
Californians love their fucking area codes.
Is it a 2-headed bear? Because it
Fucking
could be
backyard faggot.
exactly. Big old
fall out to get that joke.
looking at his face, it's definitely not Corey Ahegao.
Oh God.
No, but
please don't ruin the Ahegao face for me, thank you.
But no, Californians love their fucking area codes. They're always like, "Oh, 212 represent." I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You live in an area code. It's happenstance, you retard.
I mean, my state's underpopulated enough. We only have fucking 2 area codes in it.
Yeah, we barely got our second one up here. So
I think we got our second one in like the mid '90s.
We've had one we've had one for the entire state for forever, and then we finally got our new one like a year and a half ago or something.
Shit, man, we got a shithouse band named after one of our area codes. Fuck.
Well, apparently it's the area code for Sacramento.
Oh, great.
916. I told you, Californian. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah, how'd you figure that out? Because he was Mexican and had a bear tattooed on his face?
No, but even with just the area code, I fucking knew it.
Casper, Wyoming has their own area code, but it can't be written or spoken in human language.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's actually just TWU on the number pad when you're dialing.
Yeah. Casper Patagon.
Yeah, right. Joshua Saunders is the key and the gate.
Well, a Gadsden County teacher, he didn't want anybody stepping on him.
I was going to do that.
Was arrested after allegedly taking meth and cocaine before school, passing out at a local Burger King during his lunch break, and later masturbating in a hospital exam room.
Oh my goodness. Don't do that.
Guy Raynack, 44, a science teacher at Shanks Middle School in Quincy, was taken to the Gadsden County Jail on 1 count of possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. Posted $2,500 bond. He was found by Quincy police passed out around lunchtime Monday in the Burger King on West Jefferson, according to a Gadsden County Sheriff's Office arrest report. He was taken by ambulance to Capital Regional Medical Center in Quincy.
This guy looks like somebody that would be in a cinematic from a Command & Conquer game.
I like that they have him in a suicide prevention vest in the mugshot photo.
Hell yeah, that's probably how they're gonna cart me off, to be honest.
Or a vest that they put on people so they don't get shot by a bystander or something.
Also, probably how they're gonna cart me off, to be honest.
Maybe they're about to give him some dental X-rays.
Ooh, yeah. Did you ever think of that?
Yeah. Could be
Maybe
one
he's
of
got
those.
really fucked up teeth. That's why he's doing the closed mouth face there.
A mugshot isn't for like posing, Jub.
It isn't?
No.
What? Damn, I've been doing this all wrong. Fuck.
Yeah.
I was trying to get that one Momo pose down where she does like the standing splits. I've almost got it, YouTube. I'm pretty flexible.
So deputies who were called to the hospital were giving a sunglasses case that belonged to him containing 2 torch lighters, a rubber ring, it's a cock ring, a small bag with about 25 Xanax pills, and the crushed remains of an unidentified pill.
What the hell is a torch lighter?
Like the butane lighters that have like the blue flame that comes out instead of a regular like Bic lighter.
I thought it was like something he was lighting a torch with. I'm really confused.
No.
I thought it was like some English word for something else. Torchlighter.
No, torches in England are flashlights.
Can I post this?
So Raynack asked to use the bathroom and then exposed himself to a nurse, according to the report.
Oh, goodness.
I skipped a sentence. While at the ER, he was behaving very erratically and unusually. He was emptying everything out of his gray duffel bag and spreading the contents all over the floor. Whew, good thing I hit that part.
Yeah.
I like the second better.
While he was in the exam room, he was intermittently masturbating, urinating on himself, and crawling around on the floor.
Also probably what's going to happen when they finally cart me off.
Yeah.
So would you call this guy a high school teacher?
Hey.
Noise. Oh, God. Gabagool was a way better pun than that.
Oh, we're pun shaming now?
Yes, we are. We are pun shaming.
During a doctor's exam, he admitted he took hard drugs before going to school that day and popped a pill on his lunch break. It wasn't immediately clear whether he spent the first part of the day in front of a classroom. Upon examination by the doctor, deputies overheard him saying he had taken methamphetamine and cocaine before school.
Carry on.
You don't really need both. just gonna go out.
That is a
on
bit
limb
over.
here. Yeah. He had left the school at lunchtime and gone to Burger King where he ingested a Xanax pill.
That is not what Burger King is for. Burger King is for ingesting tasty treats.
Ugh.
Burger King Xanax pill.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I'll say.
To be honest, Burger King's pretty gross.
The guy's a fucking noob. He admitted that this morning.
Like, hell yeah.
And then the article goes to mumble on and on about garbage. So,
jeez, man, it really does drag on, doesn't it? Holy shit.
Mumblecore.
Thanks, Tallahassee Democrat.
Yeah, Tallahassee Democrat.
Fucking Dumbo craps.
Oh shit! Demon rats.
Demon rats. Got them.
Bitch, they're the real racists, not us.
So, a burglary suspect who taunted Texas detectives by saying there was no way he could be found was arrested yesterday, discovered hiding in his own attic.
All right.
He did it.
Jason Brock San Miguel, 42, was apprehended by officers from the Wharton Police Department after being the focus of multiple social media appeals during the week.
Does anybody know where Misty's at?
Who?
Pokemon joke.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Police initially posted images of the suspect in a white Chevrolet Impala that he was known to drive. The situation escalated after San Miguel spoke to a detective responding to a request from officials to turn himself in, saying he would do so when he was ready.
The entire town spoke to him?
Yes.
Wow.
San Miguel said that there was no way that our officers or any officers would find him, authorities said on Facebook. In response, officers re-uploaded the man's image with the caption, "We've been challenged." You're already fucking challenged, boys.
Yeah.
And appealed for information from the community. It appeared to pay off. The next day, the account shared an image of San Miguel being paraded away from a residence in cuffs. So in the early morning hours, Jason San Miguel, who challenged us yesterday to find him, was found hiding in the attic of his home in Wharton. We'd like to thank all who shared this post and our officers who had the itchy insulation. Shut up, police. Shut up.
Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo.
I got all itchy catching this guy. I had to do real police work and now I'm itchy all over. Apparently, what he forgot was that our department is more than 18,000 strong because each of you made the choice to police with us.
Oh God. Can we stop?
Citizens are the biggest help to police. You guys are the greatest, and we'll fucking
say something.
We'll fucking
you literally found him hiding in his own house. Did you need help for that? Guys, where should we search first? I don't know where he lives.
He didn't even go in the crawl space.
Oh, he's right where he lives. Amazing. You did it.
There's a bunch of gross spiders and stuff in crawl spaces, Joe. Don't go down there.
Listen, when I hide from the cops and taunt them via Twitter, I'm willing to make sacrifices. Thank you.
I'm not willing to die from a black widow bite.
Whatever.
Yeah. But
do those even kill people that often? I thought like you had to be like a little kid to get killed by a Black Widow.
now you can get killed by them. It's mostly people who fucking get real stupid and ignore the bite.
I don't know. Most Black Widows drown their kids in bathtubs. I find.
I wonder if while he was up there, he invited his sister up there so they could drink each other's blood to stay alive and stuff.
What?
It was actually just an elaborate Anne Frank LARP. Got out of hand.
It was a movie, Jeb, called Flowers in the Attic.
Yep, I got that.
I honestly didn't. I'm sorry.
And the crazy stepmom was not feeding him and stuff, and so like the older brother would like feed people his blood to keep them going.
Oh, so he was like the person above the stairs because he's in the attic.
Yeah,
that's a movie.
You did it.
Yeah, I did it.
So this was just a poorly executed ARG.
Hey Jub, how about you spell attic?
ATTIC. Wait a minute. Is this
You see titties? Nice.
Well, shit. I mean, I'm all right with that.
Nice.
Nice.
So apparently this was under the section of gross or something, whatever it said.
Gross. Wait,
Attics are gross.
It wasn't. It was under. Oh no! Don't do that.
No. This next story. I was getting to the next story, Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Goodness. A drunk plane passenger was escorted off the aircraft after throwing up on a woman's head.
Oh.
That sounds pretty gross to me. I think this is the appropriate section.
Yeah, I didn't say it was wrong.
Oh, I thought you were doing the thing. You know, everybody's always really mean to me, so I just.
Man, that's nasty.
The ordeal prompted cabin crew to make passengers deplane so that the aircraft could be deep cleaned before it set off to Baltimore from Chicago.
Oh,
So you're
great.
supposed to hold her hair back while she throws up, not throw up in her hair. I mean, how that works. I have.
Listen, man, you're not the boss of me. Do what I want.
Okay then.
It's my vomit,
Good, the
my
little
choice,
bitch
Joe.
left.
One passenger managed to film the aftermath, but not the actual incident, which would have been
Damn it.
Now I only got a half chub.
Well, now I don't need to play the video.
which left the woman's hair covered in the man's vomit. Fucking owned, bitch. You fucking idiot. That's what you get for being a broad on a plane, stupid.
Nice. I don't agree with that.
The passenger who shared the video said the woman was forced to clean the vomit out of her hair in a sink. Yeah, that's kind of what sinks and stuff are for like washing stuff. The video shows a member of the Spirit Airlines cabin crew wipe the woman's head. See, the guy didn't just vomit because he was fucked up. He was fucking possessed. It's Spirit Airlines.
No, he drank a lot of alcohol. He drank a lot of spirits.
I thought this was the drunk plane flight.
It was seen right out of The Exorcist.
The video shows a member of the Spirit Airlines cabin crew wipe the woman's hair with a tissue in efforts to clean it from the vomit.
Wow. I got a Kleenex for that, bitch.
That's just a weird sentence. To clean it from the vomit.
That sounds like a Bulgarian death metal song title.
The co-pilot is then heard making an announcement to passengers, jokingly saying that he's surprised this is not a flight to Las Vegas, saying this stuff only happens on my Vegas flights. Never happens in Chicago. If anybody
oh my god, I think we found something worse than police Twitter. It's fucking aviation Twitter. Jesus Christ.
Boomer co-pilots.
If anybody else is drunk, please get off the airplane now. Shut up. But yet another ordeal contributed to delaying the flight, which made passengers even more annoyed. 2 other passengers appeared to have been drunk and managed to lock themselves in the aircraft's bathroom. The flight was able to take off after the cabin crew managed to get the 2 intoxicated passengers out. They wanted to be part of the 20-foot high club.
Or as Charles Butterfield in the comments said, you just became a member of the Bile High Club.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Charles Butterfield. Kill yourself.
What? That was a good joke.
That was not a good joke. No.
Yeah, it was.
Listen, I've been told that I need to be more assertive, and then people won't call me a homosexual as much. I'm doing my best, Tommy. I thought you'd understand.
No, that was a good joke.
I like the picture of the black steward. There's just like fucking white people. And I agree with her having.
Well, this guy, you know, he's
I
better.
think that's just a
He's
passenger.
better than the other guy.
I might have done a racism.
At least this
there,
guy,
assuming she was
English
part
is
of
his
the
first
help.
language,
Oh, well.
and he's not a noob.
Oh, this next story.
Did I lie with this whole gross?
No, I love this next story. When I found it, I was like, this is fucking amazing.
Right.
I don't love it. I don't love what's going on, but there's a lot going on, so it's pretty crazy.
I guess you could say they loved her to death.
Two teenagers were arrested after allegedly robbing the grave of an 84-year-old grandmother and having sex with her corpse.
Ugh. Ugh.
Nice.
Is this Indian news?
The youngsters who cannot be identified were caught. And how did they catch them? You can't catch an unidentified person. It's not
everybody else is like, wow, this is so gross. Oh my god. No one ever says, congrats on the sex, bro.
Exactly. Nobody's supportive. The youngsters who cannot be identified were caught after family of the deceased went to visit her grave the day after she was buried on September 29th in Davao, the Philippines.
Looks like meat's
not
back on
India.
the menu, boys.
Philippines.
They found that the tomb of Isabel Bastatas.
Oh yeah, they were tatas. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not going to say that they were the best tatas at 84 years old.
84 years old, yeah.
And dead.
They found that the tomb of Isabel Bastatas had been disturbed and her legs were poking out of the white coffin.
The white coffin.
Yes, it looks white to me. Relatives believe that
That's not
Isabel's
nice.
dead body had been violated after she was discovered in the morning without undergarments. Her vagina was also visible, and there were signs of intercourse.
Oh my god, how lewd.
Ugh. Ugh. Officers from Digo City Police are now investigating the alleged necrophilia at the Digo's public cemetery.
We have a quote from Isabel Bastata. She said, "Bucket time."
Ugh.
She's I'm sorry. I tried. I just thought like no panties and all that. I don't know. I'm doing my best over here.
Lieutenant Colonel Ernesto Castillo said the arrest was made after witnesses came to us to help with the investigations. Oh, of course, it's the public again. Fucking cops. They were pointing to one of the suspects, Irwin, and another companion. Now you just fucking doxed the kid that couldn't be identified earlier. The fucking Irwin.
Fucking Irwin, that son of a bitch.
Police are investigating what was allegedly stolen from the grave. Yeah, the corpse's fucking innocence. Disgusting. And how the pensioner...
I have it on good authority that she was a massive fucking harlot before she died, Tommy.
I don't know. Have you seen those flips when they get old? No thanks. Police... So they're investigating what was allegedly stolen from the grave and how the pensioner's body was interfered
Destination
with.
full.
Yeah, they fucked her. They fucked her.
No, it's not rape. It's bodily interference.
The combinators and
The two teenage suspect were transferred to the custody of the Department of Social Welfare Delopement Office after finding out that they were minors. They're gonna get deloped.
The two teenage suspects. So it was one 28-year-old man.
Yes, and they're going to the Delopment Office.
Oh no, they're gonna lop it right off.
And the kids, as per usual, just denied the allegations. So
they don't even look teenage. They look like little kids. Don't do this.
Just 12-year-olds fucking dead bodies. It's fucking awful. It's fucking gross.
I need to open up my folder of Rodrigo Duterte looking sad.
No, he'd be happy because they weren't gay.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess as happy as a person can be about somebody fucking a corpse.
He's like, oh, that's still pretty gross, bro, but at least you're not a faggot. That's how Rodrigo Duterte talks.
Makes sense. Checks out.
Well, speaking of grandmas, a Tennessee man forcibly removed $10 from his own grandmother's undergarments after she refused his demand for cash.
Oh.
Wait, why did she have money in her fucking underwear? You fucking whore.
Grandmother's
What are you
strip.
doing?
There's plenty of ladies that store like money in their bras and stuff. I've never heard about it in their underpants.
Yeah, they're called strippers. If it's in their fucking underpants, come on.
Jared Otter. Well, he oughta not fucking done that.
Hey.
A 19-year-old Memphis resident entered the 63-year-old victim's home in late August and demanded she give him cash. Ott's grandmother told police that when she declined to hand over any money, Ott pushed her onto the bed and held her down, raised her dress, and removed $10 from her undergarments.
Wow. You know, they could have put that in the fucking what do they call that? A headline? My brain farted real bad.
They could have put that somewhere in the article like they did.
Yeah.
They held it down and shit. I thought this was just like it was out on the clothesline, like that picture leads you to believe.
No, it's not out on the clothesline, Jeb. Goodness. She was wearing those bastards. The woman, a detective reported, suffered bruising on her arms and leg during this incident.
I was bruised about the arms and legs.
Now, it's still possible that she had the money in her brassiere, but it was easier to get access by lifting up the whole dress and holding her down to try to grab it. I'm not defending the guy. I'm just saying it may not have been in her underoos.
How lewd. What a baka hentai.
Ott was arrested Tuesday. Oh, the complaint does not indicate why Ott needed the cash. None of your fucking business. None of your fucking business.
He wanted to buy the new Twice album. I don't fucking know what he needed $10 for.
He was arrested Tuesday on a felony robbery charge and booked into the Shelby County Jail. He was released from custody yesterday after posting $10,000 bond.
Holy, apparently he didn't fucking need $10. He threw up 1,000. What a little shit.
Yeah, but he needed the money and she wouldn't give it to him.
All I needed was $10 and she wouldn't give it to me.
Jeb, what brick and mortar store is he gonna buy a Twice album from for $10? Are they selling them at Walmart?
That is a good point. That cost me a good $30 plus importation fees.
Okay, well, this next segment, I guess, is this segment.
I'm really tired of people.
Shut up! I'm playing a drop.
Hang on.
Nice.
I'm really tired of people second guessing me. Like, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why is this? Like, how about you let me just do it, and then you'll see why I'm doing it. How about that? Fuckface.
I was gonna say he rip off Twice. It's just the band Thrice.
Oh my gosh. That is the worst band ripoff of all time. If I got a Thrice CD when I ordered a Twice album, I'd be really fucking pissed.
I was gonna say band riff off. I'm pretty sure Thrice was around first, but I see where you're going now.
I'm doing a thing here. You know, whatever. What happened in Aminal Stories this week?
This one I'm not going to cover the whole story because who cares? Some black guy had a seizure and was bitten by ants.
I mean, that's pretty fucking funny. I don't know. I think that's worthy of continuing to drop into the monkey noises.
Well, it's just most of the story is just stupid. But then he says stuff like, "I wasn't supposed to be alive. They had never seen anything like it before, and you know, I barely had any life left in me when I got to the hospital."
Well, first of all, he didn't see anything if it fucking like blinded his eye, and second of all, I didn't actually read the story. I just saw ants and threw it in the Aminals thing.
He said he also saw the fire ants coming in a line after he collapsed. I was like, wow, okay, this is a bad way to go out.
He ain't wrong. He turned into a fucking Pestilence album cover.
And did this happen to fucking Wooly Madden?
I don't know what any of those words mean.
I was hoping Bobson would say something.
Oh, is that from Best Friends? That Wooly? Yeah. Oh, God.
That Wooly. Didn't he get bitten by a bunch of ants?
I have no idea.
So he went
I'm not up to date on the Wooly lore. Sorry.
He went on to describe himself as very fortunate to have survived after he was left unable to call for help when he dropped his cell phone. He told WFTS that he woke up at the hospital partially blind in his left eye and having lost around 60 pounds.
Huh.
Holy shit, that's a hell of a weight loss program.
And in a complete non sequitur, thanks to Newsweek, in a separate incident, another Florida man was struck dead by two cars shortly after being released from an Orlando hospital.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything, you stupid oh my god!
What?
That's how that article ends. I don't know. They're just like, oh, they're just like, oh, this story's about a hospital and this one's about a hospital, kind of.
Oh, fucking stupid. Or like Jews week, god damn. Fucking idiots.
Let's see here.
They just all have ADD.
We'll cover this one first. So,
nice.
A Hobie Sound man is accused of enticing an alligator to bite his arm and pouring beer into the reptile's mouth after his friend caught the animal. Timothy Kepke, 27, and Noah Osborne, 22, were both arrested October 3rd on one felony charge each of unlawfully taking an alligator.
What the hell? Okay.
Only in Florida would that be an actual fucking charge.
Why is it a problem? Like the one, what was it, like a couple months ago, the guy used the alligator to open up the fucking beer? and then shotgunned it. And then, like, this time, they're not even, like, hurting the alligator at all. They're just giving him a fucking free drink. What's the problem? Fuck.
I know. These Florida officials are real sensitive about their alligators for some reason.
Let me see. I've got one
In
there.
August, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission got a complaint about Kepke holding an alligator and enticing the reptile to bite his right forearm and then pouring beer in the animal's mouth.
So this is going to be full.
What kind of beer was it?
Well, what the problem is, dogs like beer.
Dogs do like beer, can confirm.
Yeah.
That's funny shit.
After the beer is poured, the alligator aggressively reacts. Just because he wasn't expecting beer. I mean, he wasn't mad about the beer. It was just liquid in his mouth. He's like, what the fuck?
He's like, it's an IPA. It's too hoppy. Blah.
They're waterboarding me with beer.
I'm okay with that.
Officers said they went to Kepke's home where Kepke told them he was the person in the video. He told officers Osborne caught the reptile with his bare hands along Ranchwood Street in Palm City about... who cares what time? Not important.
That's right, you two. This man was half man, half bear. He had bare hands.
After Osborne caught the alligator, Kepke told officers he enticed it to bite him and then poured beer into his mouth. The pair then released the gator alive. Okay.
So, what the problem is?
I'm failing to see an issue so far. Kepke also told officers he had a couple beers but wasn't drunk when the incident happened. Okay, good. Great.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to pull the arm back fast enough.
Indeed.
Kepke told officers a slut was there when the incident happened.
Oh,
a slut? A female friend. Oh.
On September 21st, officers spoke with the slut, who confirmed what Osborne and Kepke said. The slut told officers she thought the reptile... What? Stop white knighting, Jub.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
How dare you? The bitch told officers she thought the reptile bit Kepke because of his actions.
This woman's a moral character either way. That's real mean.
See what happens when you white knight, Jub? It gets worse for her, okay?
I was just calling into question your assessment of her moral character. She might have been a perfectly nice lady. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know her, so she's a dumb bitch.
Wow, that's
yeah,
that's a hell of a way to go through life.
Yep. Any lady I don't know is a dumb idiot. They arrested both of these fellers on October 3rd, but not the broad, because, well, fuck it, I guess. She was there, so she was an accessory, so...
She made a really good zucchini bread.
Fuck zucchini bread, bro. Yuck.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, zucchini's garbage.
Are you... Oh my god, I'm just gonna...
I wouldn't lie about zucchini, Jub. I have no reason to lie about zucchini.
I'm disgust right now, but it definitely... Wow.
Zucchinis are just fucking nature's dildos. Get the fuck out of here.
God.
I thought yucca roots were nature's dildos.
Yeah, those too.
No. Zucchini bread is delicious, and so are zucchinis.
But I was gonna say, a drunk gator. How's that any different than football season in Florida? What? Nailed it or something.
Yeah.
This next story is way too long, so maybe we don't have to read the whole thing. But
yeah, then. Oh my god. What?
For well over a year, two mysteries consumed a peaceful New Jersey community. There were the strange letters that showed up in mailboxes of local barns, asking about the possibility of forming a sexual relationship with horses, cows, or other large animals. And then there were the homemade tire slashing devices that farmers kept finding in their driveways or near the entrances to rural farm roads. What a groovy mystery.
Oh my god.
Now
holy shit, this is long. What the fuck?
I told you.
God damn.
Now authorities in Sussex County, New Jersey are saying that both were the work of the same man, Richard Decker. Oh no, he's a replicant. He's a replicant.
No, that's Deckard.
Dick Decker.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's Deckard, Jub.
I thought you didn't like them.
Jeez. Replicants fuck horses, didn't you know? He lashed out by harassing people who refused to let him have sex with their farm animals. Well, he wouldn't have done it if they'd let him. I'm not going to defend this guy. Fuck them. The 31-year-old was arrested October 3rd, according to the New Jersey Herald. Prosecutors said at a Wednesday detention hearing that since August 2018, he had been sending letters and emails detailing his requests to farms, stables, and horse boarding facilities throughout Sussex County. Unsurprisingly, many of...
He was looking to Sussex up their horses.
Hey!
Sorry.
Oh,
Get a
boy.
goal, strikes
Unsurprisingly,
again.
many of the
Hey.
recipients were not thrilled to learn that an adult man was interested in having a sexual relationship with their livestock. But they were totally fine with a child wanting. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't think that is kind of a weird sentence. Who fucking wrote that?
Why did you have to
Oh,
put-
it's Antonina Nori Farzan. What the fuck? are you
Who
doing
knows
in New
Alphabet
Jersey?
Cat? It's one of those
It
stories
was
that
from the
just makes
Washington
me glad
Post.
to be
It's
alive.
cross post into the
You
Greenwich.
better let me have
Greenwich
sex with
time,
your
Greenwich
horse,
time.
or I'm gonna kill you. Oh, what? That's a reasonable
Yeah, it's
request.
Greenwich,
Yeah,
not
sure.
Greenwich. Grow up. Fucking idiots.
Sandwich.
Decker didn't take the rejection well. Well, he wasn't rejected by the livestock.
I mean, he should have. Yeah, honestly, he should have just flown to England and hang out in Ye Old Jerker's field with the
That's
other
right.
horse fucker.
He left messages harassing the property owners who had turned him down. In one instance, threatening to beat a man's wife with a wooden stick.
Hell yeah. You know what? That sentence almost has me on this guy's side. 'Cause that's pretty dang.
And what he also did is he wrote negative online reviews of their businesses.
God,
Let me fuck a horse.
Yelp 1 star would not let me fuck horse.
The 31-year-old also allegedly kept a stash of homemade metal tire deflation spikes in his bedroom and would plant them in driveways on farmers who angered him.
Wow.
What the hell is a homemade metal tire deflation? He put nails in the driveway. Fuck off.
He welded a bunch of caltrops together. Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
In
Man,
Ja-
that's a real your dex modifier on those cars.
In January, police in Decker's hometown of Vernon Township, New Jersey, issued a warning to anyone who has farm-like property.
What?
Farm-like property? Fucking get out of here.
Oh my god, go back to your fucking country, you asshole.
No, this is a quote from the police.
Popo.
My point still stands. Just kick him out.
After several residents found that their tires had been destroyed by homemade spikes, which are also known as caltrops.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Look at that.
The department's Facebook post was deluged with comments from people in the surrounding area, and one man claimed that his family had gotten 6 flat tires in the past month alone.
What the hell? What kind of wacky car are you driving?
Well, they just kept getting them fixed, and he kept planting more stuff.
I like my version of it better.
It could have been a dually. Could have been a dually truck. Those have 6 tires.
I sure do.
While some joked...
thought
Oh, go ahead.
There's like a wacky centipede car. It's got like an extra set of tires just in the middle. I don't know.
It's actually one of the old Winnebagos with 6 tires.
Oh man, one of those.
It was their house.
Picking up the outline of Winnebago.
It was their house on their farm-like property.
Yeah, fuck you, Cliffs.
While some joked,
That is a stupid fucking.
Not in my factorio land.
While some joked about a nefarious scheme to sell tires, others speculated that animal rights activists were behind the vandalism. Yeah,
Why don't you leave the dumb jokes to us?
he was definitely into animal rights. He wanted to right the fuck 'em. As authorities investigated over the summer, a different kind of conversation began bubbling up in Facebook groups where people typically discussed upcoming equestrian events or buying and selling livestock. In August, Caitlin McCurdy, who occasionally leases out horses to fund her work with rescue animals in Jackson, New Jersey, received several disturbing emails in response to ads that she had placed on Craigslist. All 3 appeared to come from the same sender, who went by the alias Tacky Chaps.
I knew it was a Welshman. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Nobody in America ever says chaps.
No, cowboys say chaps all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that kind of chaps, dude.
You ever said the word chapstick? Huh?
Would you?
Jub blown the fudge out.
Always, every episode.
Language.
You're always blowing fudge, bro. I know. I've been there.
Wait, what the fuck? I don't like
That's
this at all.
It was a
Get
Jub
outta here
pooping
with that.
joke.
Oh, I was thinking blowing in a sexual sense.
Well, it's still
You
too early
would.
to go to
Think
bed.
it's sexual.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Jub. This is a wholesome show. Jeez. Jeez Louise, Jub. Jeez Louise.
Okay.
So this is what
Okay, whatever.
what old tacky chaps had to say. I know you're trying to sell your mare, but the reason I'm contacting you today is because I'm attracted to equine and wanted to ask, would you please give me permission to meet and possibly have a sexual relationship with one of your horses?
Why did she talk like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah. I'm sorry if my request appears insulting. I'm honestly attracted to horses, and I'm looking for a longer-term relationship with one. But I have no place to home one myself. I'm a man in North Jersey, and I would be very grateful if you would consider me for your horses. Thank you.
Was she a great big fat person?
Was she a great big fat mare? Two other emails were nearly identical, though one asked to stud for your horses, which
That is 100% not how that works.
which indicated to McCurdy that the sender was familiar with equine terminology.
This guy is trying to breed a human-animal chimera. And I don't
Yeah,
like
but saying having someone be a stud for horses isn't necessarily equine terminology,
Right?
Jesus.
Yeah, maybe he's just really buff. You know, he drank all the hyphy mud. I don't know.
The
He's
trainer
part of
told the
Team
The trainer told the Washington Post in a Facebook message early Friday morning that she found the messages sickening and didn't respond.
He's very polite. I don't know if I agree with that.
Please consider me as a mate for one of your horses, ma'am. Though she didn't report the messages to the police, figuring that they wouldn't be able to trace the sender from Craigslist, she posted screenshots on Facebook and warned others in the animal rescue community to be on the lookout.
Okay.
Around the same time, McCurdy told the Post, she discovered that the oil filter had been unscrewed from her car's motor and all of the oil had leaked out, which caused her engine to seize. Typical broad, not checking around your car before fucking driving it. I always make sure my car is in decent running order before I leave.
Yeah.
She said, I don't know if it has anything to do with him, but it's coincidental that it happened shortly after receiving those messages and not responding back to it.
I got fucking California transplants in my New Jersey.
As McCurdy's warning made the round, she learned that she wasn't alone. The horse fucker is inside the house. At least
Maybe
5. He was champing at the bit.
Oh, hey.
When a horse fucker calls.
That's a terrible movie.
Dial H for horse fucker.
I can't use any of these for show title because they have a fuck word in it.
I know, that fuck word. At least 5 people in a Facebook group for the New Jersey equestrian community had received similar messages. The emails came from a variety of different aliases. They all made the same request. In one, the sender, who self-identified as an animal lover who is open to experimental dating, offered to pay for the animal's care in exchange for an expectation of privacy for the relationship.
Oh, well.
Please allow me to close your horse's door. May I ask for your horse's hoof in hoof in marriage?
Man, this guy's gotta be jacked as fuck if he's carrying a horse across the threshold. Jesus.
He's asking for the owner's permission to marry the horse. I'd be right honored if you'd let me ask your horse's hoof in marriage, sir.
What the hell is experimental dating?
Horse fucking.
Yeah. Oh.
Another, which had been printed out and left in a farm's mailbox, expressed an interest in forming an intimate relationship with large farm animals such as horses, ponies, cows, or similar, and asked
what a slut.
And asked the owners to introduce me to the partner of my dreams.
Wow.
Many of the recipients said they were turning the messages over to police, and some said that ignoring the requests had led to retaliation. The self-described animal lover reviewed over 50 barns with 1-star reviews because we did not answer his email. Some real sickos. Luckily, the reviews are down and we haven't heard from him/her since. Yeah, women love going around fucking banging horses. It's totally a woman thing. Jesus.
Yeah, we all know that. We all know they fuck dogs.
Exactly. It's unclear if Decker was behind the alarming request, since police haven't released any of the emails and letters that he is accused of sending. They didn't charging documents didn't explain how he became a suspect, but detailed how police had searched his home and found tire spikes identical to the ones found at the crime scene.
So if I put like
the investigators also wrote that they found 2 arrows with explosives attached.
Okay, Rambo.
Yeah, what the hell?
And a .22 caliber gun that he had made himself.
Wow.
And jars of flash powder and other potentially explosive materials, which he said came from fireworks that he had dismantled.
Oh boy.
When questioned by police, Decker allegedly admitted to contacting the farms and asking to have sex with their animals. During Wednesday's detention hearing, Decker's attorney, Daniel Palazzo,
Hey, you fucking
said that the 31-year-old had never been in trouble with the law before because he'd never been caught and had a full-time job waiting for him. Please don't hire someone else while I'm away, my dear. He's like riding from the battlefield. I'll be back one day for you, my dear full-time job. He argued that the explosives were basically firecrackers that his client didn't plan to use against anyone else, and that it wasn't clear if the homemade gun even worked. But the judge was unconvinced, ordering Decker to be held
Your
in jail.
Honor, Your Honor, my client's a fucking idiot. This shit doesn't work. Come on.
The judge was unconvinced, ordering Decker to be held in jail without bail until his next court appearance in November, on the grounds that he presented a danger to the community and to the livestock.
Usually the come on defense works in the New Jersey court. I don't know.
The list of charges Decker faces includes second-degree possession of explosives, second-degree possession of a destructive device to use unlawfully, fourth-degree procuring an animal in any kind of sexual manner or initiate any sexual conduct with an animal, which I'm not sure that he actually did those.
That's why it's fourth degree.
In the way that they're worded. But fourth degree threatening to commit aggravated assault, fourth degree knowingly manufacturing firearms, and multiple cyber harassment charges.
What the hell is a fourth degree assault? Get out of here.
I don't know, dude.
Fourth degree burns is like getting a fucking Indian burn.
Ow, my arm! You're pulling my arm hairs. Don't do that.
Nukes.
Well, in the spirit of the season, it's time for Break and RFI, which is about
it's
acid witch. I wrote it down. I was looking at my notes. I'm sorry.
It's very, very spooky. It's probably the best RFI I've ever done.
They're lying down, the great old ones. The boards are falling, and the festings are blazed. The throats are wide, and the people are blind. The elder gods of the land, the elder the guests of the land.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I like the bit where it went.
Oh boy, what is up, YouTube? It's episode 89, like I promised. The Radio Free Innsmouth, like I promised you last week. It happened. So let's say you're out there, you got a problem. You know, you've written some riffs that kind of sound like this. You know, you got your dank Electric Wizard style shit going on, but at the same time you wrote a lot of stuff that sounds like this.
Drugs and murder.
And you're like, oh man, I have this European style doom death metal. How am I supposed to make that work with these Electric Wizard riffs? And then I wrote some other stuff that sounds a little bit more like this. Where am I going to use this kind of weird, jumbled up New York death metal sounding transitional riff at? And to top it all off, I really want to be in a band that sounds like this. Like, I don't know, man. I really just like Witchfinder General. I like that old pagan altar style doom metal shit coming out of the United Kingdom in the early 80s. How am I supposed to do all this stuff in a band? You may ask. And
I like
either
that last
Shagrat looked over at Slasher Dave, or Slasher Dave looked over at Shagrat in Detroit in the early 2000s and was like, get Billy Nocera on the phone. I have an idea that I'm sure Razorback Records.
You home?
would be very interested in. For those not in the know, Razorback Records is sort of an underground institution. They started out under the guidance of Billy Nocera way back when, like mid to late 90s, putting out really weird grindcore like Catasexual Urge Motivation and Intense Hammer Rage, which got banned in Australia. Whoops. Because they're from Australia. That's not good. From like Tasmania or some shit. Anyways, later on, he sort of brought his love of horror movies into the death metal genre. He reissued all of the old Impetigo or Impetigo or however you want to say the band name. I've heard people say both things. He reissued all that stuff. That was big on horror movie samples, and then he started signing bands that would sort of be assigned a horror movie gimmick. Big example would be like Fondlecorps out of the Netherlands, I think, who had this like 80s slasher thing. Now, I'm not big on like 80s slashers. If I want to see some buxom young woman get cut up, I want it done very artfully in the style of a Italian master such as Mario Bava. Thank you very much. Look at this faggot. But luckily, some other bands agreed with me because we have Acid Witch, who are the band we were going to be talking about this week. They're very influenced by a lot of those satanic panic movies from the 80s. You know, God, what's the one? It's got the band called Sacrifix in it, where the guy like summons the Rockstar demon or whatever. They're also big on Witchfinder General, of course, the classic, I want to say late 60s British movie starring Vincent Price. They have sort of like a hammer horror vibe to them. There was Crypticus, who are probably my favorite Razorback band of all time, that went back into the Lovecraft stuff and also into like old Bela Lugosi movies and such. You know, with the pull the string type shit and all that. And then there was Hooded Menace, who looked to the Central and Western European stylings of 70s horror movies, specifically the Blind Dead series. Now, there's not a lot of love lost between Lasse, the man guy behind Hooded Menace, and Billy from Razorback today, but back in the day, I think they got along well enough because he got Lasse to do guest main vocals on this first Acid Witch album, which lends it quite a bit of extra heaviness. Also, you have Patrick from Crypticus producing the thing, and that's why it's the heaviest sounding Acid Witch album, this debut right here. But enough jibber-jabbering about old metal history and blood feuds and whatnot. Let's get into how you tie together wacky death metal and old school heavy metal and spooky noises and stuff. So here's the mutated spawn of a stoner metal riff and sort of a weird suffocation staircase chuggy riff. Very interesting stuff. It has the chromaticism of death metal mixed with this sort of pentatonic melodies and grooves of the old Witchfinder General and also Electric Wizard and the sludginess. The lead guitar reminds me quite a bit of Bathory in tone and in the notes that he chooses to play. And now we get into an Asphyx riff. This is straight up old school doom death, and I think Lasse helps a lot with giving it that atmosphere. He was in the band Phlegethon, which was an old school Finnish death metal band back in the day. I remember a lot of people were comparing this to Demi-Lich way back when it came out just because of the vocals. Like, goddamn. Like, this sounds nothing like Demi-Lich. He just has low-pitched vocals and he's from Finland. Whatever. Honestly, I think people were just shocked that back in 2006, 2005, death metal as a genre finally decided to stop sucking, which it had been in a pit of suck since about 1996. It just sort of died and got technical and stupid. But you got, you know, your Razorback Records bands and your Dark Descents Records bands decided to come back and show people how to write stuff with good riffs in it. When they wanted to, they could sound like very spooky old school death metal with these twisty-turny leads. It almost reminds me of 80s death metal like Death. But they're expert songwriters, so they can transition back into the heavy metal on a moment's notice, like this. It doesn't thrash so much as it lumbers around. There's also quite a bit of atmospherics and weird psychedelia going on, particularly in the latter half of this album. Fucking tremolo black metal riff out of nowhere. Leading into some doom death atmospherics. Or maybe even black metal, the way they're picking around inside a bar chord like that. Pretty cool stuff. And as you can probably tell from the fact that they're called Acid Witch and the album is called
witch-tanic hallucinations, they have quite the sense of humor. A lot of people who are into occult happenings and panics from days of yore in American history might know about what the hell a witch's tit was. It was like an extra little nipple that supposedly grew on your body that the witch would start sucking your soul essence out of. Guess what direction Acid Witch went with that when they did a song called Witch's Tits. Nice little effect there. I wonder what they could be implying with that noise.
I like this.
You know, the interesting thing about having Gio as a band leader is she is definitely the strongest vocalist. She doesn't always take the lead role, rather she does some more acrobatic stuff. Like that. She has such a wide range, she can act as an effective counterpoint to Jongyun and Naeon's perhaps more forceful but not as technically adept vocals. Personally, I think it's all very well done counterpoint. High IQ stuff. God, where did I go? It was cold and it smelled like formaldehyde. Well, anyways, so out there, I say new wave of British heavy metal. What do y'all think of? Who's the best band in that? The normies say Iron Maiden. Wacky asshole metal elitists probably say like Satan or something. The more high-minded among you might even say Angel Witch. But truly,
everyone knows is that
Witchfinder General
make the best
new wave of British heavy metal.
And luckily, Shagrat and Slasher Dave were more than aware of that fact. So for those of you who might not be aware of Witchfinder General, according to Brett Stevens, they were in fact one of the pioneers of more complex narrative songwriting in metal. They use the verse-chorus thing as sort of like a jumping-off point to go into more epic song structures. And in sort of an Ouroboros kind of way, Acid Witch comes back from that more complex realm of death metal back into the songwriting style of Witchfinder General, which is very ballad-like in the sense of an old English ballad, not a metal ballad like Sanitarium or whatever the fuck. So this is the lead-off riff on The Black Witch, which is my personal favorite song on the album. It already has quite a few more parts to it than typical heavy metal riff. Nice vocals from Nasa, of course, and then we get into the more dramatic crescendo of the song, building towards sort of a bipartite explosion of dueling guitar styles. Once we get through this punk riff, of course. There we go. So style one is this very effects-laden thing going on over these bar chords being kicked out individually in more black metal style. So this is sort of the call, and then the response to it is going to be a more aggressive riff on the bottom with a more aggressive Bathory-style lead on top. Seriously, that sounds like old Korthon solos. I love it. Very cool stuff. And the solo itself even has quite a bit of narrative to it. So they're working in more of a hard rock context than perhaps a death metal one, but the death metal complexity is bled back into it. And of course this riff is absolutely heavy and nasty. I really like the production on this album. The other albums came out after this are good, but they don't have this like grit and heaviness to it. I think Patrick had a lot to do with that. Very good producer. That double lead comes back later on in a new form. Fast Forward crew, would you care to show them? Well, now, wait a minute. I don't think this is right. Have you girls been getting into the soju again? I think we fast forwarded into a Japanese avant-garde black metal band. We're not even listening to Acid Witch anymore. Hopefully, twist some knobs around here. We can fix this shit. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Hang on. Oh God. I don't know what you did. This is bad. We gotta get out of here. The fuck? Everything smells like sulfur. Help. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're back. So yes, this riff comes back, leads into the leads, which aren't the same leads again. Instead, there's sort of a melodic counterpoint to what they did in the initial phase of the song. So it's like the different parts of the song are talking to each other over the interlinking death metal riffs. It's a little bit of songwriting, I thought. Check out this solo. This solo is sick. That was one thing you could always count on a Razorback band for. And even nowadays, like, they always have really good solos. Because Billy was a child of the 80s, and he's like, listen, motherfucker, I want my goddamn Dawkins solos in my death metal about carving up co-eds, if you please. Thank you. So that was all I really wanted to show you before apparently Fast Forward crew accidentally tapped into the spooky dimension.
Kiss the goat, everybody.
I'm sorry.
It's alright, you just hit the soju a little bit too hard. I mean, I've been guilty of the same thing. Anybody remember, what was it, the New Year's special like 2 years ago? Jesus. Hopefully you like the band Dead Horse. Anyways, another cool thing these guys took from other genres of metal was sort of like an interplay between keyboards and guitars in a very deep purple manner, but they did it in a more death metal way. A way that was in fact presaged. I think that's how you pronounce that. Presaged. Sounds gay. Presaged by some of the European melodic, progressive, wacky death metal bands of the early 90s, such as Amorphous. You all might remember this. It's an Amorphous song called Black Winter Day, wherein the Spooky Moog introduces the melodic riff. Probably one of the best death metal songs of all time. None of the melodic stuff on this Acid Witch album is quite as complex and twisty-turny as that second Amorphous album was. But they do kind of have their own take on it, wherein a keyboard might introduce a melody that is then later brought back up by the guitars in a new form. Spooky! This is one of the best Halloween albums ever made, I think. So pay attention to this melody, because it's going to come back. Don't you worry, it'll come back. But first we got to get through some really awesome Witchfinder General style heavy metal riffs oozing with black pus and purple blood. And Lasse vocals, which are always amazing. Nice little variant on that intro riff there, palmating a little bit harder. That's a little bit of variety to the music. See, I told you that melody comes back, but in a new form played by the guitars. This is actually the last song on the album, and it fits. It has a very last song on the album feel to that, if that makes sense. It's a very intelligently constructed album. All of the songs kind of fade into each other in a very cinematic fashion. That last song was called October 31st, fittingly enough for a very Halloween album brimming with nostalgia for an 80s Halloween full of candy and murder and ghosts and stuff. Hopefully you liked it. I mean, I bought this album when it came out in like 2006, and it's been on a heavy rotation ever since then. I mean it when like bands like Acid Witch and Crypticus, Horrendous, they really brought death metal back from the brink. It had gone into a very up its own ass kind of hole in the late 90s and early aughts. Luckily now there is plenty of retro death metal bands out there that are trying to do what Acid Witch and Crypticus, etc., did, and they've managed to dig the genre into a new hole where everybody just sounds like a shitty Entombed clone. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted. I'll see you guys next week.
Ain't got time for your problems. He busy with Korean shit.
I got something to say. If you don't want to fucking listen, there's the back button. Nobody's fucking stopping.
Yeah, was listening to Acid Witch, a review by Joe.
Welcome back to the second half, everybody. I hope
That definitely wasn't the fourth false start.
Well, you know, at least I was the one that made the mistake this time, which makes me even more angry.
I mean, to be fair, it was all my fault.
Well, I mean, you know, they were grouped together because they had a coherent narrative. But I understand.
Really needed to beef up.
We'll get beefed.
My favorite segment.
I'm not even going to play the news from the past drop for these, but we have a 4-story arc here. Not an arc. Segment. It's not an arc. They don't really.
It's an arc.
They don't really tie into each other other than they have similar things happening. But
Alan Moore's Case of the Stolen Wiener arc.
We're gonna start back on August 1st, 2013.
News from the past.
Starts out. Talk about a rude awakening. A paralyzed man from Truman Arc. So it is an arc. Sorry, guys. Woke up Monday morning to find his dog had eaten one of his testicles.
Oh no!
To say the victim was bitten by his dog, causing extensive injury, as it was described on the police report, doesn't quite do the situation justice. Stop it, Fox News. Stop it. The 39-year-old man, who refused to be identified, told police that though he cannot feel anything from the waist down, he woke up due to a burning sensation around his midsection. The man told police he sleeps in the nude.
Why?
And when, well, I don't know. Sometimes I sleep in the nude, but
I never do that. It's real uncomfortable.
No, it's perfect for when somebody's trying to break into your home, though.
Whoa! Look at my dick.
You got somebody breaking in, you just jump out of bed going, I'm gonna fuck you!
I wanna fuck you like an animal.
Like a burglar. Now, and when he woke up around 7:45 a.m., he found the dog between his legs. He also said that he saw his small, white, fluffy dog with blood on its snout and front paws.
See, I heard this was about wieners, and he saw that his small, and I was like, rude.
Well, he was insulting his own penis. It's fine. It's fine. According to the police report,
never stop that Johnson.
According to the police report, after he noticed the blood, the man discovered the dog had eaten one of his testicles. The True Man told police the dog was a stray that he had taken in 3 weeks prior and was unsure of whether the dog was vaccinated or not.
Wow.
That's why you don't bring the homelesses in, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's why
you're really wacky.
They'll eat your balls. After the incident, the police took the dog to a local veterinarian to be euthanized. Now, that's what homelesses deserve, I guess. That's fine. The dog's head was then sent to the Arkansas Department of Health so it could be fucking mounted to the wall. No, so it could be tested for rabies.
Oh, not me.
And no comments. But what's weird about this article is it was published August 1st, 2013. The last update was December 20th, 2016. What
you know
new?
What's really whack? The victim was taken by EMS to St. Bernard's Regional Medical Center. Dog.
But my question is that what new information came out 3 years later for this article to be updated?
That's a good question.
It hurt real bad 3 years later.
They didn't tell us if the dog had rabies, so there was no update on that.
Maybe they added. Well, you see that photo and caption at the top of the article was really fucking stupid and unrelated. Maybe that's what they added.
Yeah, I thought that was the dog, the ball biting, but that's just some random fucking dog.
Yeah, just some random dog traveling to a dog show. They just added.
By the way, that dog show photo is from 2005. They're Jesus Christ, these are real time travelers. They're gay as fuck.
Yep.
Now, not to be too coincidental here. This next guy here was August 3rd, 2013. He was one-upping old cripple over here. A 64-year-old man has told how he passed out after a heavy night drinking and woke up to find that his penis was missing.
Oh, yeah, penis missing story.
Neighbors of Geraldo Ramos claim that he was attacked by a dog as he stumbled around the Dominican Republic naked while drunk. But Mr. Ramos of Santiago doesn't believe their version of events and is none the wiser as to how he came to be dismembered.
No, he just lost his detachable penis.
Dismembered. That's a detachable penis. He told a local television station that all he remembers is waking up being rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery. The dog, which is said to have attacked him, has not been traced, nor indeed has Mr. Ramos's penis.
I tell you what happened, right? He bit his own dick off.
Oh no, dude. And I like one of the pictures in here. It shows him sitting in a chair and there's a dog underneath the chair.
Yeah, that's why they couldn't find him. He was hiding under the chair the entire time.
He was like, the perfect crime. I couldn't figure out how to do that in a Scooby-Doo voice.
He said, I don't eat hot dog.
I do not love hot dog, and I do not eat my own cum.
Mr. Ramos now has to wear a catheter and was filmed recuperating at his home.
What a mess.
He says that he has learned his lesson. Mr. Ramos told Noticias that he is to lay off the drink from now on.
I mean, you might as well do it now. Come on.
I mean, the neighbors claim that a dog ate his penis while he was passed out, which, if they are telling the truth, means they sat and watched a dog eat this guy's penis while he was passed out.
Fucking drink, you see?
I mean, if there was some drunk fucking asshole wandering around my neighborhood naked, I'd fucking let a dog eat his dick off too. I don't care.
This is a thing that dogs do? They just go around eating wieners?
You know.
And balls.
While the neighbor's dog attack tale may seem a little far-fetched, dog jokes fetching. Nailed it, Daily Mail. A parallel. And this is how I found the fucking story of the man in Arkansas with the dog fucking eating his ball.
Well, at least read one of these related stories, sentences.
Oh, yeah.
So a Brazilian man, meanwhile, had his toes chewed off by his pet dog. And it seems it's not just dog attacks that men should be wary of. A man was rushed to the hospital in Israel after a snake bit him on the penis while he was going to the toilet.
What?
That's actually the trad way of circumcision.
That's real zany.
Sure wacky.
Now that last story in the headline said the worst hangover ever. This next one from 2019 of May 23rd also says the worst hangover ever.
Yeah, they both made. This really fucked with me when I was doing the show prep.
A man in China has had his penis mysteriously chopped off after passing out following a night of heavy drinking.
No.
China.
The 44-year-old man, known by his surname Tan, woke up the next morning to sharp pain and severe bleeding before realizing that his vital part had been cut off by someone with a sharp tool.
Penis tan based dude.
But they cut it off with they cut his tool off with another tool.
Mm-hmm. Well, listening tool.
Yes.
Oh God.
Fuck that.
Tool sucks.
Sorry to Tool fans out there.
Oh yeah, whatever.
I'm not a fan. His shocked family rushed him to the hospital, and doctors managed to stitch the severed penis back onto him nearly 15 hours later.
What? Wow.
The incident took place in the city of Huaihua in southern China's Hunan province earlier this month.
Placed in the city of Huawei, well known for their telecommunications industry.
According to local Sanchang City Express, which is just a restaurant. The restaurant's telling everybody about this guy. Is telling everybody about this guy's dick. Mr. Tan went out with friends on the night of May 7th. He drank nearly half a liter of Baiju, a type of strong Chinese rice wine with an average alcohol content of 45%.
Ooh, 90 proof.
Mr. Tan became so drunk he lost consciousness soon after. But the next morning, he woke up in his home screaming and he realized someone had cut his penis about 2 centimeters from its root. The severed penis was connected to his body with a tiny piece of skin. His dangler was dangling. This is awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tan's family members, who were shocked by the scene, as they should be,
right?
immediately took him to seek medical attention instead of telling him to get fucked, retard. They went They went to various hospitals, but doctors were not capable of reattaching the sexual organ. He was then transferred to Changhya Hospital in the provincial capital of Changsha 8 hours later.
I guess you could say he was a little bit disorganized.
The hospital formed a special team with experts from various departments who managed to stitch the patient's penis back after a 7-hour surgical operation. Surgeons also repaired his urethra, spongy tissues, and blood vessels. Well, I'm pretty sure that's part of reattaching the fucking penis.
I assume they didn't just tape it on.
They just reattached the outside skin and left the insides to fend for themselves.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay, fix everything. I see it on a Red Glean show.
Like, just so we weren't confused, they didn't just re-stitch it from the outside, guys. Just so everybody knows.
Dr. Chang, bring me the hillbilly chrome.
Dr. Wu Pan Fang from the hospital's Department of Hand Microsurgery said the color of Mr. Tan's...
Really? Wu Pang Fang? What the fuck?
Of course it's microsurgeries. We're working on a Chinese thing.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Well, he had said the color of Mr. Tan's penis returned to normal a week after the procedure. So, operation successful. Good. He expected Mr. Tan to be able to urinate on his own in 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, that's nice.
After that, we will team up with urology specialists and psychologists to treat the patient with help him achieve a normal sex life.
Look, Mommy, I went all by myself.
Oh, to help him achieve a normal sex life. Sorry, I misspoke.
Look, Mommy, I went all by myself.
Although Mr. Tan was seriously injured, he decided not to call police. He was the guy that got cut out of Reservoir Dogs, Mr. Tan.
Who in here no Tan? Raise your hand.
His brother told reporters that Mr. Tan would not speak about the matter while recovering in the hospital.
I guess I probably shouldn't have done a rush hour thing in here. Nobody would have gotten that.
Yeah, my joke was a little bit better with the Reservoir Dogs because Mr. Pink, Mr. White, you know.
You know, I understand not everybody's a fine cinephile such as myself willing to make Rush Hour 2 references.
Now, to end this story, the man also refused to tell his family who might have removed his penis and their possible motives.
They asked him who took his dick off, and he said, I don't know.
Real strange.
He just says, none of your business. It's my problem, not your problem. Now, this is why
I looked at him and they said, you posted clinge, bro.
Now, this fourth story is the reason I found all these other stories. This one's in Kenya.
The penis stories.
A man who went out for a few beers with his friends woke up with the world's worst hangover. Oh, this one's now the worst hangover. Jesus, people.
Genital story.
When he discovered...
Sorry.
When he discovered his penis was missing. The man only found out his penis was missing when he went to the bathroom in the morning.
What?
Neighbors were disturbed to find Moses Wanyoink, 51, screaming in agony and shock.
I know that's not the funny part of the story.
According to the Daily Star, quote, we hoped we could find it and take it to the hospital in time for it to be stitched back on. It's unfortunate that did not happen.
Yeah,
Moses reportedly spent 6 hours drinking with friends before heading to one of their homes at around 2 a.m. Throughout the journey...
last story, it might be small, but at least I fucking found it, asshole.
Throughout the journey, he kept telling me he would circumcise me. I treated it as a bad joke. I just thought he was drunk. Local prosecutors believe that this was a drug-induced act of cannibalism.
Wow.
Which is a weird jump from this guy was joking about cutting off my dick, but then he actually did it to the guy ate it. A man, Gerald Mabugwa, was arrested by local police in connection with the strange crime.
And then Moses said to Mabuga, let my penis go.
He said that. Like, set.
Let's see. I went to the Daily Star version of the article. It says Nixon Warui, a local resident, told Kenya's Daily Nation, "I was among the people who searched for the missing part of his genitalia."
I guess he really was a tricky dick. Nixon, hello.
A local representative, James Karanja, claimed drugs could be to blame for the incident. Senior Officer Dorothy Gaitenga said one suspect is in custody and is helping us connect the dots in order to establish what happened. Because you can't reconnect the penis. It's gone.
Oh no.
It's all gone. I loved the rabbit hole of missing penis stories. That was one amazing thing I found last week at the end of, or right after last week's show.
It sure was something.
It was definitely a thing that happened to these poor guys.
That's no fun.
I just like the wacky jump from, he just kept telling me he'd circumcise me. I just was laughing, and then some guy's like, it was drugs and cannibalism. What the fuck?
It was Africa.
Oh, I understand that, but like that was a weird jump to take. And the Daily Star version of it wasn't any better as far as information getting to that point. Oh, it's that time, guys.
You fucking whore.
Time to pay the fiddler, whore!
Ooh. A woman accused of performing a butt enlargement procedure that nearly killed her patient faces felony charges. Ina Bolton, 60, was arrested Thursday after Hialeah Police Department detectives said she injected Morela Alonso, 33, with a synthetic filler that caused speech impairment, motor skills deficiency, and contracture deformities.
Of course it's Hialeah.
Oh, I guess she was really talking out of her ass.
Detectives said an $800 at-home butt enhancement procedure left a Hialeah woman in a coma for about 2 months.
Wow.
And when she woke up, I made my butt bigger, made me tarded. I'm real stupid.
I mean, that's got to be somebody's fetish out there.
See what happens, Pogs? See what happens? You make your butt too big, you become stupid. Or you're stupid beforehand and you become even more stupid. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They're probably just stupid.
Yeah, so she was, and when she woke up, she was left suffering from a speech impairment, motor skills deficiency, and deformed extremities. She actually curled her hands up like a retard. While in Alonso's home, Bolton, 60, gave her some type of medication before injecting her twice in each gluteus while in her bedroom as she was face down on her bed.
Both gluteuses.
Who the fuck is Delima? Where the fuck is this person coming from now?
Gluteal mischief?
When Delima... Oh, so apparently they're finally naming the victim. When Delima arrived to the hospital August 30th, 2018. What? Who the fuck is Delima? Where the fuck is this guy's name coming from?
He's a butt doctor.
He reported Alonso was in a medically induced coma, which included no brain activity. Well, she is a woman.
Oh.
And Dr. George Yatskan said her prognosis was grim. Alonso woke up from the coma on November 5th at Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood, and despite the speech impairment, she was able to confirm Rios's... Who the fuck is Rios now? What the fuck is happening, Florida Man Times? They're introducing characters...
Random spick names. I have no idea.
Well, no, they're just mentioning new characters without introducing them. Who the fuck are these people?
This narrative is trash.
Detectives arrested Bolton on Thursday, and she remained at the Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center after appearing in Miami-Dade County Bond Court. She faces charges of practice of a healthcare profession without a license, causing serious injury, and medicine practice without a license. And not for attempted fucking murder.
So she faces charges of practice of healthcare without a license and medicine practice without a license. It's the same thing. You fucking idiot. God.
Apparently there are two separate charges in the Florida.
It's the same. Oh, I hate it.
Do you know that there's multiple laws for each individual fucking offense, though? Like, they do it all the time.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. It's like, oh, she's under arrest for medical malpractice and malpracticing medicine. Like, what the fuck? Hello?
Yeah,
is this thing on?
They get you coming and going, Jub. It's the government.
I hate it.
Next, gross broad story. Not every fucking intro drop has that song, Jub. How dare you?
I like that song a lot. Yeah, that's right. You tell him, Bob.
Yeah, my drops are garbage. A barefoot Bay woman was arrested in the Walmart parking lot on Malabar Road after customers called 911, according to the Palm Bay Police Department. The defendant was sitting in the driver's seat of her vehicle with no lower clothes on, legs in the air, appearing to be masturbating in the public parking lot.
Oh,
You
yeah,
drop some
brother.
garbage. Don't say that.
Mine never get complimented, it's fine. Evelyn Fries Lucchese, 62, had symptoms of impairment with an odor of an alcoholic beverage whenever she spoke. Lucchese also resisted police as they were helping to put her pants back on.
Ma'am, could you put your pants back on? No, I ain't doing that.
I don't want them on, you son of a bitch. When Lucchese walked, she stumbled and slurred her speech when she spoke. She provided police with a breath sample that read .240 before refusing the second sample. Which is, what, triple? Triple the limit?
That is a lot of booze.
Lucchese was charged with DUI and transported to the Brevard County Jail. Only charged with DUI? There's something missing from these charges, I think.
Yeah, right?
I think there's something missing.
Yeah, why don't you hit her with shit? You got the other fucking lady for like, oh, medical malpractice and malpracticing medicine. Now we got fucking, like, what's the deal here?
She's out flicking the bean in public, and then she's like, she's just being charged with DUI. Whatever. Like, she's 62. Nobody wants to see that. Well, some people want to see that, and those people are fucking disgusting. Granny,
those Filipino kids from earlier probably wanted to see it.
no, she's not dead. Come on.
No, too young. Too young. No Reich.
Too warm. Too warm.
Put in a freezer for a while, and we talk. That's how a Filipino, right? Like Chinese people.
Walmart. Sorry, I was writing a note. Rubbing it out at Walmart.
Don't do that. Don't
Well,
ever do that.
Well, she did do it. So,
Yeah.
what's done is done.
Yes. Now she's in jail. Bye bye.
Ah.
You don't unmasturbate yourself at a Walmart, especially at a Walmart.
What the hell would unmasturbating look like?
Your dick has to slurp the cum back up.
You get a big turkey. You get a big turkey baster and collect it, and then jam it back in.
God.
You put it in a syringe and inject it directly back into your ball.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm gonna go hide under the covers.
You asked. You asked. Okay. We're just coming up with different situations how you can achieve this.
Big fried rice.
This podcast is crafty and horror.
A Pennsylvania homeowner. Oh, we're out of broad stories. I can't remember what section this is.
Uh-oh.
It's like gay or something.
Pennsylvania stories.
A Pennsylvania homeowner who heard someone singing inside his home found a naked man drinking milk in his kitchen. Was that naked man the one singing?
Whoa!
Or did he just have the radio on? I heard someone singing, and then there was a naked man. Erie police said...
Naked dude. I don't even know what's going on.
Erie police. Oh, these police are spooky. They're eerie. Said the homeowner.
Hey, these police are fucking scary or something. I'm the gabagool.
They said the homeowner, fucking homeowners, heard the singing around 3 a.m. Monday. The homeowner grabbed his pistol, went to investigate, and soon found the man sitting on the kitchen floor. Just nude, rubbing his butt on the kitchen floor. Whatever.
Hello, I like milk.
Sorry, I drank all your milk.
Milk?
I made sure to write cow juice on your shopping list, buddy. The homeowner called police and the man was taken into custody. It wasn't clear how he entered the home. Do we have to go through this every time? Usually through a window or door. That's how you do it.
Maybe he like phased in through the wall. Maybe he's a ghost. Ooh.
No, the police phased in. They're the eerie ones.
That is true. That's very sweet.
Well, if he came in through the chimney.
Ho, ho, ho. It's not that season yet.
Apparently, there were also no injuries reported, which you'd be able to see because the guy was fucking naked.
I like to keep my weird sex crimes festive. Thank you very much.
Undead Santa.
The man's name has not yet been released, and authorities have not filed any charges against him so far, but an investigation is ongoing.
What about milk theft?
Milk.
What about fucking rubbing your filthy ass on my fucking kitchen floor?
It's kind of gross.
Oh, dank comment from Kent Jagger. Only in Pennsylvania. Duh.
What?
That's just as good as Florida. Good job, guys. Just add duh to everything, boomers.
California. Duh.
New York. Duh.
I'm not even adding these to the fucking show title list.
Wyoming. Duh.
Washington.
Like a neutral state in the entire union. Like,
Pennsylvania Dutch.
oh, see, now we're talking. That's good. That's going on the show title list.
That's right, Amish. Fuck you.
I still don't have a drop for this because I'm not using that Ching Chong broad speaking broken English. So.
Oh, I like that one.
Is it not good?
It was a really good. You don't understand.
Not for a show drop. It's garbage for that.
No, it's great. I worked really hard on it.
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah, I typed it in, and then I made it for you.
Thank you.
Anyway,
you're welcome.
Let's see. Well, this is also a broad, so whatever.
You fucking whore.
Time to pay the fiddler, whore!
You also gave me what?
You three different varieties. I gave you 3 different varieties of Ching Chong bras to pick from. I gave you the Korean one, the Japanese one, and the Chinese one. You didn't like any of them.
Yeah, they all mumble.
Well, they're computers.
Yeah, but they're all mumbling, so it's terrible for a show drop.
Oh. I thought it was funny.
This is a green bean broad story. Will Green Bean broad story. Who keeps their crack pipe in their rear end? That's why it's a crack pipe, Will.
Hey.
Oh,
God.
I get it. Derp.
Especially while riding a bicycle. Like, that's just a random sentence not attached to anything else.
I mean, to be fair to Will, that does seem rather uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's a sentence frag. Points off.
According to an arrest affidavit from the Indian River County Sheriff's Office, a 34-year-old woman from Vero Beach does.
Well, there you go. You answered your own question.
Yeah, why'd you ask, Will?
Yeah.
The apparent case of the cyclist with the drug pipe in her duff began around 2:25 a.m.
Who calls it that? Will Grinley's a weird dude.
Well, green light does.
Yeah, red light, green light does. A deputy reported stopping the woman in the 700 block of 11th Street after spotting her on a bicycle without lights. She had a screwdriver in her front pocket. She's a hate bus listener, guys.
Yes.
As I continue searching (parentheses the woman), I was able to feel an item between her buttocks. Close quote.
Sir Animal.
Buttocks, also known as the hindquarters, derriere, or gluteus maximus, are either of the 2 fleshy protuberances forming the lower and back part of the trunk.
According to dictionary.com, if you believe that as a source.
Yeah, cite your source, Will Greenlee. I did, dictionary.com.
Oh.
In general, the cramped vertical space between the buttocks is not commonly used to store items, and in particular, not things that are placed into the mouth.
So you're in prison.
Yeah, explain faggots and giardia, Will.
I don't want to expose Will to that particular corner of the internet.
Meanwhile, the woman tried, quote, to touch the area in which I had felt the item, close quote. The deputy reported the woman declined to follow instructions and eventually got taken down to the ground and filmed Glass Ass Part 2.
Hey.
Did you say you don't get it?
I actually didn't. I'm sorry.
There was a guy who shoved a glass jar up his ass and it broke in his asshole years ago. There was a video online, and so when she was, so I was assuming when she was thrown to the ground, the fucking crack pipe broke in her ass.
Ouch.
That's when deputies reported plucking the crack pipe, which had black residue, could have been poop, by the way, from the woman's posterior.
And you need to eat more vegetables.
Well, it could have been sitting there a while. It could have dried. You know.
Green residue if she ate a lot of cheese.
She was arrested on charges including possession of drug paraphernalia and resist arrest without violence.
Nice.
Resist arrest.
That's our second gluteal mischief story of the night.
We have just all sorts of mischief with butts and wieners. It's just
Resist arrest without violence.
Genital
Greenlee, 7000 BC.
it's pretty much the bread and butter of our show.
Hey. Ew.
Oh no. I would like you to know that like all the show titles from the second half have been terrible fucking puns.
Yep. So this next story is under oi and or vey, but I this is the only one we're doing. So this is let's see, because it's about suppositories.
That's fucking
nice.
Dang it! Fucking quiz! You look like a fruit!
Okay.
8 years ago, The Forward wrote about the growing trend for caffeine suppositories among the devout to help them get through a day of fasting and praying without even having to break their caffeine habit.
Oh my god.
Since then, the trend has exploded, like their rectums, infiltrating every pharmacy with a sizable Jewish, usually Orthodox population. Before Yom Kippur, aka chicken swinging season, as a part of their preparation for the holy day, Jews go to their local drugstore to pick up a supply of the rectal pill, which needs to be stored in the refrigerator.
Any excuse to shove more shit up their butts.
Now,
wait, wouldn't it feel worse if it was all cold? Don't you usually warm an enema up? I don't put a lot of stuff up my ass. I don't know how this works, but
So you put some stuff up your ass. Just not a lot. I'm sorry, Jub. I'm sorry. You left it wide. You left your ass wide open for that joke.
Sigh.
Now, I do have a question though. Is the chicken swinging just a flex on Negroes in New York?
we got chicken. You don't loud it.
We can just waste these chickens. We swing them around and kill them. We don't even fucking eat them.
That's real fuck. That's a good waste of fried chicken.
Well, they didn't fry it yet, but it's definitely
You didn't even fry that shit? Damn, that's fucked up.
You just swung it around and bashed it on the ground or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know. Just Jewish folks out there bashing chickens on the ground like a fucking crazy rock star smashing a guitar.
I got a pretty hot take here, guys. These Jews, a little weird. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird form of like sin eaters. It's real strange.
You know, I like how the fucking Jewish Daily Forward is already trying to sell me shit. It's like, want unlimited access to Jewish news, opinion, culture, and more? Try 1 month for $1. $1? What do you want to pay $5 for, Goy? Leave me alone. Jesus.
Now, and this is from Michelle Honig. By the way, so me reading this is not me saying this. She says, and yes, I am one of the many people who stick a pill up my rectum every Yom Kippur.
We at like a minute 45.
Just butt stuff. Just butt stuff everywhere. As far as the eye can see in the Jewish community.
Man, how can I shoehorn butt stuff into our holy days? Oh, well, here we go.
Well, it is a butt. It has a hole.
Yep.
It's a holy day.
Days.
Yeah. Although there are questions as to whether this is halakhically permissible in my Orthodox community, rabbis have okayed this form of relief.
Relief.
It's not Alka-Seltzer. You're shoving stuff up your butthole.
You put Alka-Seltzer in your butthole?
No. I was saying, do you know the Alka-Seltzer jingle? The old one? Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Yep.
No.
I remember those.
That was my reference when she said this form of relief.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm older than you. It happens.
Do my best.
For the squeamish, I can promise you that it's life-changing. Yeah, your fingers in your asshole. Your fast will be better. Your praying will be better. Even your sense of spirituality will be better. Sure, it's uncomfortable, but that kind of suffering is entirely appropriate for the holy day. Why is shoving caffeine up your asshole making any of this better? Like, I understand that, like, you know, you drink lots of coffee and sometimes you're hooked on the caffeines. I get it. But it doesn't make my spirituality any better drinking a fucking rock star. Like,
don't even talk to me until I've had my coffee in my ass.
There are even caffeine suppositories laced with ibuprofen so that you can remember, so you can forget about the fucking pain you caused your asshole. This, of course, helps relieve any other symptoms of fasting, like headaches and other aches and pains from standing too long and shoving your fist up your ass. However,
listeners at home might have a hard time believing this given the Jub lore community, but I have never put something inside my ass. I can't imagine what that feels like. It's probably not good.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, I have had an examination where a doctor put a finger in my ass.
Well, I have had a girl putting a finger in her ass. That felt a little bit
in her ass.
Good, on my ass.
Oh, okay.
Funny.
Like funny, haha, or
yeah, he was laughing hysterically as she did it. He's laughing maniacally like the Joker.
Did this not happen to anybody else? You never had that?
No, it's
Batman.
It's happened to me, and it's happened to me, Jub, and I looked at her and I said, "No."
No. I mean, I was pretty in the moment. I was like, whatever.
Now, however, a note of caution: don't overdo it, because caffeine suppositories make you feel so incredible, almost like a superwoman or man who can easily take on the challenges of the day. It's only natural that you'd want to take a second or even a third dose.
What?
I just kept wanting to shove stuff up in my butthole.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
1 year.
Again, these particular group of Red Sea pedestrians.
You don't
a little weird.
Feel incredible. Crack.
I put something in there.
But like,
or even better, the good old duster.
It's like they're addicted to shoving their finger in their buttholes.
Right?
Oh, that duster comes out awful cold. I don't know if I want that in my ass.
1 year, almost 10 years ago, I was in Israel for Yom Kippur, as usual.
Yes, we are
now,
listening
readers note,
to,
I'm the reader here. I have never been to Israel, and I don't celebrate Yom Kippur.
Let me just post a link. So
Because this is something
if
she
you
does
want to
all the
listen
time,
to
as
it,
usual.
there it is. There's the hate bus.
As usual, I took a caffeine suppository that my mom made sure to bring along.
Of course.
My mom, did you pack my suppositories?
Oh God, Mom, I need to shove it up my ass.
Mom, I need help.
Oh God.
I felt great. I felt great. I was in the Holy Land and I could practically feel the holiness all around me. The air's so thick with it. The air's so thick with it I could almost touch it. But after morning services, when I got back to the apartment to rest, I felt the exhaustion spooling out of me like a rapidly sinking anchor. Wanting to approach Neala with the same vigor as I had done with morning services, I decided to take another one. Big mistake. Sure, Neala was great and spiritual, but as soon as that was over, I became overcome with a serious case of the giggles. I was hyper, talking a mile a minute, and I could not stop laughing. Not on the way home, not at the breakfast meal, not even when I helped clear the table from the breakfast meal.
This is your on caffeine suppository.
I was, to quote my mother, toasted.
Boy.
So heed my warning. One suppository is more than enough to get you through the day. Unless, of course, you didn't insert it properly so it doesn't get absorbed. Then you definitely need to attempt the excruciating process again with another dose.
More like heed my warning.
Like, how about I not do any of this?
Yeah, how about I just not shove anything up my ass?
Who's upset about being giggly and hyper? That sounds like a good time. I'm not about to go do that.
I'm not shoving a bunch of fucking caffeine fucking torpedoes up my asshole.
I like that naturally. I'm very ebullient. That's a $10 word for you.
Oh man, I looked at the comments. These are a couple years old, by the way. But J.G. Rothberg says, how idiotic. Another stupid ritual from Orthodoxy. I firmly believe the religious will destroy Judaism. Shoving something up your butt? Beautiful. Couldn't think of any ritual more moronic. Anyway, happy and healthy New Year. Purple Rain Man, which is a pretty good name. That's a pretty good username. It just sounds humorous. And then Malinated says, at least Jews are equal opportunity offenders. You Jew everyone, including Jahu Vahu with your lawyerings.
J.G. Rothberg. Wait, is his actor is Carl Sagan?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh.
Whatever.
You guys Jew everybody.
Yep.
Idiots.
Live on Nigga News 9. Definitely an N-word.
Thank you.
I didn't cut it off.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you, guys. A Dayton, Ohio man allegedly attempted to stick up a Dollar General and was shot to death by a store clerk. His family is outraged.
Loud.
Roosevelt Rapley, 23, died Wednesday evening after allegedly drawing his gun inside a Dollar General and demanding money from employees. Police said.
Well, how did he draw it? Like cubist or more of a realist style?
Dada.
Dada.
Yeah.
More like ooga booga.
Well, that's the only time he grew up being able to say Dada.
Oh, hey. Got him.
Blacks don't have dads, am I right, guys? I don't know. Roosevelt Rapley. What a name. What a name.
Rapley.
Roosevelt Rapley. Police said witnesses told them Rapley brandished a firearm and pointed it at employees. Now, I was going to play the audio from it, but it was so bad because of boomer vision. Fucking filming the goddamn TV with a cell phone.
That is the worst form of vision, is boomer vision.
And I searched all over the WHIO news website for the original clip, and it was not to be found.
Oh.
So, a Montgomery County coroner, Dr. Kent Harshbarger, told WHIO Rapley was pronounced dead at the scene. In a police dispatch, In a police dispatch call released last week, the worker who fatally shot Rapley described the incident.
I thought him.
Well, and actually, I did listen to the 911 call. It was a black guy being robbed. He said, I just had somebody try to attempt to rob me over here at Dollar General on Gettysburg. Came in with a firearm, threatened to take money out the drawer, pointed a gun at me and my staff members. And he wasn't.
What had happened?
And he wasn't talking about my dick when he said my staff members. He pointed a gun at me. I had a firearm on me. I pulled my firearm and I shot him in self-defense. Dayton Police Sergeant Thomas Schloss told WHIO Rapley walked outside after being shot and collapsed.
Ouch.
According to police, the dollar store employee was legally permitted to carry a gun because he was on private property.
Wow.
In an interview with WHIO, two of Rapley's relatives, his brother and sister, spoke out against what they characterized as an unjust killing.
Yeah, well, they would.
What?
He says, you shouldn't have took matters in your own hands and brought a gun to work for safety, Rapley's sister Rochelle told the local outlet, while conceding their younger brother, the second of their 10 siblings to be killed by gunfire, shouldn't have tried to rob the store. Rapley's relatives say the punishment didn't fit the crime. At the end of the day, that's not right,
from the same
Rochelle
father.
said. He's got some responsibility, but not all. Yes, he's robbing y'all. Oh well, call the police. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to take matters into your own hands. If that's the case, I'll take matters into my own hands.
Wow.
That sounds like a threat, Rochelle.
Right?
Rochelle, what are you doing?
That is a threat, Rochelle.
Dumb.
Well, we could have shot him anyway.
Well, it's like he's to blame for some of it, but not all of it. Like, no, he's to blame.
The second.
Yes, the second of 10 siblings to be killed.
Be killed by gunfire.
Only 8 more to go, right? I'm not threatening them. But yeah, she's going to take matters into her own hands.
Her own ape-like talons.
Oh, I love this next story. Because the guy actually didn't do nothing, but then he did something. Duluth.
He didn't do nothing. Then plot twist, he did do something.
Exactly. Duluth police admit that a Florida man was wrongly accused of shoplifting in a Walmart last month. However, when an officer was attempting to detain him before it was known that he was the wrong person, the man resisted and punched the cop.
Oh.
Leading to a felony charge. Chiedu Sunday Amahagwu,
What?
42 of Miami. You know, the Amahagwus that founded Miami.
Yep.
Well, no, they're only the Sunday Amahagwus, not the Monday Amahagwus. Because they don't ever go to work. Because they're niggers.
He faces both a felony count and misdemeanor count of obstruction for the struggle. September 22nd, Gwinnett County Jail records show. Surveillance video of the arrest was obtained by Channel 2. The video shows Amahagwu leaving the Walmart off Pleasant Hill Road as store security and police officers waited for a shoplifting suspect. Security told police that Amahagwu was their suspect because all blacks were the same.
Channel 2 can fuck off. I can't even use my VCR on that. Derp. Remember that? Remember Channel 3? Remember that, guys?
God, I do, yeah.
Remember VCRs?
Is this thing on? Remember the Nintendo Entertainment System?
Amahagwu resisted, punched the officer, and then attempted to run before an officer used his taser on him. So he doesn't know why the cop was trying to detain him. He's like, I must have done something. I'm out of here.
Yes!
However, security later told police that they had pointed out the wrong man and that Amahagwu was not the shoplifter. Prosecutors learned he wasn't an alleged shoplifter after he'd spent 10 days in jail without bond, which is when Amahagwu's attorney, Don Geary, was able to get his client granted bond. While his client still faces two charges of obstruction, Geary hopes both those charges will be dropped as well, arguing that since the arrest was initially for a crime his client didn't commit, the incident is moot. Well, he technically wasn't under arrest at that point. They were attempting to detain him to start questioning, and he punched a fucking cop.
Yeah. What was this gorilla's name again? Oh, that's right. It's Chiedu Sunday Amahagwu.
Taking back Sunday Amahagwu.
God, that was a terrible fucking band.
They had some alright stuff.
I'm sorry.
You're from a different musical milieu. This is the Screamo scene, dude.
Were they really Screamo?
They were in that genre-ish.
They were Screamo adjacent.
Yeah. Now, Geary says, I don't see how they prosecute. Well, you're not a very good lawyer, then.
No, he just had very bad vision. He didn't have the glasses on. He didn't see how they prosecute.
But that doesn't mean they can't or won't, he said. He has a constitutional right to resist an unlawful arrest. He didn't do anything. That is not a constitutional right.
It wasn't even an unlawful arrest. He hadn't been arrested yet. They didn't even try to arrest him yet.
They were just like, hey, what's going on here, big guy? And he's just like, blah!
Yep.
However, Duluth police spokesman Ted Sadowski told the news station that Amahagwu had other options besides punching an officer. Quote,
their options.
Quote, he could have easily just stopped, talked to the officer, we figure out you're not the suspect, and on you go. But at this point, he turned on the officer.
It turns out, however,
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care that the cop got a boner during this interaction.
Whoa, he turned on the officer. Yikes.
Yes, he turned on the officer.
I got it.
After being in jail for 18 days, Amahagwu posted his $29.50 bond and was released, jail records show.
Wow, 18 days in jail. He probably lost his job. Who am I kidding?
Because he's black.
Mm-hmm.
This next story is in the search bar, or the website bar. It says Phoenix N-word shooting.
Oh, wow.
Good one. I do like this one.
A black photographer found himself fighting for his life after telling 3 teenagers not to use the N-word. And he happened to be live streaming during those terrifying moments when he was shot a total of 9 times.
He's the next 50 Cent.
Well, there was a reason I said 9 times. While I was on the ground, I was just praying and asking God, not now. That's not asking God anything. Saying not now is not asking a question. You idiot.
That's an imperative statement.
I was just saying not now. Not now. The photographer told Fox 10 on Sunday. The unidentified photographer was taking pictures at a park. Why is that struck through?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with it.
Taking pictures at a park in Phoenix, Arizona on September 12th, when, according to Complex, 3 teenagers asked him to take pictures of them. They can be seen in the live stream as the photographer told them that he would not charge them. During their interaction, the teens began using the, quote, N-word, end quote, which rubbed the man the wrong way. My man.
What's the N-word?
Neighbor, nougat.
No, I think it's nigger.
What? I don't buy that. There's nothing wrong with that.
But how is he going to charge them? He's just a random photographer.
Yeah, you charge people for pictures, though.
Oh, I was thinking of police. I'm very sorry. I myself am a bit of an N-word when it comes to the whole brain thinking thing. I apologize.
So apparently this rubbed the man the wrong way. My man, I told you can't say the N-word. You're not black, the man said. I say what the fuck I want, Holmes, one of the teens responded. No, you cannot. Not in front of me.
What are you gonna?
Then it would appear the teens did not stop as the man reiterated, didn't I tell you don't say the N-word? Didn't I say that? Then gunfire erupts and the camera fell to the ground. The three suspects fled the scene without taking the camera that contained their picture. The photographer mustered up the strength to call 911 after being shot 9 times and miraculously survived. It's not a miracle. Sometimes he just didn't hit fucking important stuff.
Yeah.
Well, check out this fucking brilliant statement of intellectual prowess.
According to Fox 10, he still has a bullet in his shoulder. It's a complete miracle that's a blessing because a lot of people have been shot only one time and they didn't even survive.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Now, since the whole article so far has gone through, not to mention what these gentlemen looked like, here's their names: Ricardo Mendoza Sanchez and Angel Ortega Romero.
Hell, pendejo.
Both 18 were arrested along with a 17-year-old. Complex reported that Romero attempted to pull a gun on the police, but the weapon was confiscated before he was able to. After executing a search warrant on 2 homes, police discovered methamphetamine, 4 handguns, and a ballistic vest. They were charged with aggravated assault, misconduct involving weapons, resisting arrest, and gang activity, but the victim did not believe aggravated assault was a strict enough charge for what he endured.
He didn't die.
Oh, no attempted murder in there, huh?
And another struck through part of a statement. Why are they doing this?
I think it's because we're reading this in Brave, and there's probably like an ad trying to come up there that ain't coming up.
Could be.
I guess.
It was 2 people that shot me, and they shot me 9 times. So how can you call that aggravated assault? Like, what was aggravated? Like they tried to kill me? Why was that a question?
What? Huh?
They were aggravated because you kept telling them they couldn't say the N-word, and by God, they do have every right to say the fucking N-word. You N-word?
Yeah.
The N-word.
Apparently, a GoFundMe account was created to help the man, who was only being identified as CT. Cuck time.
It was identified as Connecticut. That's why he didn't die. He was so jacked. I'm sorry. That's a weightlifting joke that literally nobody will get.
Yeah, I didn't understand it at all.
He just identified the state of Connecticut.
Don't worry.
To help him pay monthly expenses, he will be unable to work for several months due to his recovery.
Yeah.
As of Tuesday morning, just over $2,000 was raised of the $50,000 goal.
Oh my God, Mr. CT will be unable to work.
Yeah.
Let's see what it's at now.
Tragedy.
This article was posted on the 1st of October. His GoFundMe is now at $6,540 in 15 days.
Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna make gold.
The fundraising is not going well.
Nope.
They're like, Biff, you ain't no 50 Cent.
Fucking USA Today, you motherfuckers. Don't click outside the article.
USA Jude. What? That's what I like to call anti-Semitic pig Latin, everybody. Hope you liked it.
Let's go to the Detroit Free Press instead. It's also part of the USA Network, USA Today Network. A Clawson middle school teacher has been disciplined after making a racially insensitive remark to a group of black students in her classroom.
That's right, USA Today. Your website is coded so poorly, you didn't get featured on the hate bus this week. Get fucked.
Well, the article was just a bit long, but in a letter sent out to parents Wednesday, the district said the teacher was disturbed by a group of African-American students talking in the back of the classroom and remarked something to the effect of, "I know it's customary within the black culture to be loud, but we cannot have that happen anymore." What the problem?
I'm siding with the black. God damn.
I'm siding with the teacher. Blacks are always loud.
Yeah, but like you could have just been like, "Hey, shut up, you stupid spooks."
thou obstreperous Negroes.
Yeah, but yelling at black kids to shut up could be taken the exact same way.
I'm just having a fun time typing "thou obstreperous Negroes" into the show title.
An investigation was conducted after a parent complained to Principal Adam Sheehy.
Sheesh, which is Chinese for disappointed in the cooking of the duck meat.
We took this report very seriously, said Superintendent Tim Wilson in the letter. While I cannot discuss specifics of personnel matters, we took appropriate action to be sure that this behavior is not repeated. Well, they got rid of the black kids?
Yeah, right.
The letter did not identify the teacher or give any specifics on what discipline was taken. Parent Winston Hughes says, "Shit, my 12-year-old daughter is in the science class in which this incident had occurred."
What the philosophy is.
Yeah, did you tell her to shut the hell up in the future?
My 12-year-old daughter was in the science class where this incident had occurred.
She was hurt. She didn't say anything in the classroom, but once she got in the car, she said that wasn't right. Why would she say that to us? Because you're acting like chimps in the back of the class.
She actually said,
She gonna be a scientist one day. Right now she's even learning how to she's even learning how to spell MIT.
You know, like a catcher's mitt.
That's not how you spell mitt. Oh wait,
it was the black dad joke.
Yeah, I know. I was doing a joke. I was making myself sound stupider than I actually am, though, make the joke work a little bit. It was like I was punching it up. See, I'm more of a yes and you're kind of a but why. You know, that's the problem here.
So don't ever accuse me of doing one of your bits ever again.
Whoa!
How dare you? How dare you? That's my bit. I'm the one who says you need to be a yes and not a no but.
No but. I wouldn't say nice to a decently proportioned posterior.
Last story, ding ding ding. This is my desktop bell dinger at the hotel dinger thing. Ding ding ding. Last story.
Ding ding. Are you more of a honker or a dinger in our improvs?
Uganda has announced plans to impose the death penalty on homosexuals.
Hell yeah.
The bill, colloquially known as "Kill the Gays," in Uganda.
Uganda's my favorite black people. They're so great.
It was nullified 5 years ago on a technicality, but the government said on Thursday it plans to resurrect it within weeks.
What are you gay? I'm not gay.
Do not be gay.
The government said the legislation would curb a rise in unnatural sex in the East African nation.
Excellent. This quote is amazing. I love this so much. It's so good.
Yes. Homosexuality is not natural to Ugandans, but there has been a massive recruitment by gay people in schools, and especially among the youth, where they are promoting the falsehood that people are born like that.
Hell yeah, go off.
The country's ethics and integrity minister, Simon Lokodo, told the Thomson Reuters Foundation.
That's right. This wacky, savage African nation is smarter than, like, every country full of white people in the entire world.
Oh, no.
How do you racist feel?
Oh, no, the white people are smart. This is intentional, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not doing it because they're stupid. They're doing it because, like, they want to destroy everything.
Well, people behind it, but we're stupid enough to actually believe it and sign on to it. I mean, these people literally have an average IQ of fucking 70, and even they've figured out the truth.
Yeah,
quote, our current penal law is limited.
Penal.
Penal. It only criminalizes the act. We want it made clear that anyone who is even involved in promotion and recruitment has to be criminalized. Those that do grave acts, like those kids in the Philippines, will be given the death sentence.
Fuck yeah.
Mr. Lokoto.
Why is the picture after that like the Macedonian flag? What the fuck?
Well, because it's the worst destinations for LGBT holiday makers.
Yeah.
I'm moving to Macedonia. Bye bye.
Mr. Lokoto said the bill, which has the support of the country's president, Yoweri Museveni, will be...
I ain't even going to make fun of this guy's fucking name, dude.
I wasn't trying to make fun of it.
Awesome guy.
I wasn't trying to make fun of it. I was just trying to fucking pronounce it correctly. I'm probably still
wrong.
I've
been do a goof on an African name every now and then.
The minister was optimistic the bill would pass with the necessary 2/3 of members present. he said, as the government had lobbied legislators ahead of its reintroduction. How's your going Make Africa Gay thing going, Trump? Get fucked, retard.
Faggot.
Get fucked.
Charlie Kirk. Fucking cocksucker broke my fucking heart, stupid fucking faggot. No hope for anything in the entire fucking country. Fucking faggot. Charlie Kirk, I'm fine.
BTFO.
Take it easy.
Hi.
Uganda's
Hi,
constitutional court overturned the law formerly known as the Kill the Gays bill because it includes the death penalty on a technicality in 2014.
That was also the original title for Kill Bill until they shortened it.
Kill the Gays bill.
Knowing Mr. Tarantino's sexual proclivities, I highly doubt that.
No, he's just really into feet.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, so he's gay. Fuck feet. No, the feet thing.
Wait,
That's gross.
no. Don't say that.
I hate feet. Nasty. It's gross. I hate it.
It is gross.
Uganda faced widespread international condemnation when the previous bill was signed off by Mr. Museveni in 2014. The United States reduced aid, imposed visa restrictions, and canceled military exercises.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Why are we doing military exercises in Uganda? What the fuck?
Right? Who gives a shit?
The World Bank, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and the Netherlands also suspended or redirected aid. Mr. Lokoto said Uganda was prepared for any negative response. It is a concern, he said. But we are ready. We don't like blackmailing. Much as we know that this is going to irritate our supporters in budget and governance, we can't just bend our heads and bow before people who want to impose a culture which is foreign to us.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Get you being like this.
Fucking base.
Living in a country with imagining living in a civilization of the future.
How they actually are not only have found some, morality that is unseen in the West at the moment, but they also make the best movies.
They do make some really good movies.
Under British colonial law, gay sex in Uganda is punishable with up to life imprisonment.
That was the last straight thing the Brits have done.
Activists warn the new bill risked an increase in violence in Pepe Julian Onizima from sexual minorities Uganda, the worst Pepe.
Yeah. That's a rare.
That's saying I really fucking hate that Pepe shit.
That's a pretty rare Pepe, and it's garbage.
He said when the law was introduced last time, it was about homophobic sentiment and hate crimes. Hundreds of LGBT plus people have been forced to leave the country as refugees, and more will follow if this law is enacted.
Well, bye.
I bet Uganda's real upset about that.
Yeah, let me open up my folder of K-pop girls doing the fake crying thing.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my anime image of the girl with the faggot bat.
Yeah, right. I'm a big fan of Faggot Bat Chan. She is my favorite Chan.
It's now Uganda Chan.
Hundreds of they were forced to leave the country. It will criminalize us from even advocated for LGBT rights, let alone supporting and protecting sexual minorities. Good.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, correct. The law will do exactly what it's designed to do. Congrats, you figured it out.
Mr. Onzema said 3 gay men and 1 transgender woman had been killed in homophobic attacks in Uganda this year. That's not bad. That's not bad. We're in October. I mean, I'm just saying that's
it's a rookie numbers. We gotta get these up, Uganda.
Yeah.
Wow. Stay away. Really angry.
Fucking Uganda, fucking rookies. Get it together.
Right?
The latest last week when a gay man was bludgeoned to death.
Ouch. He must have been a skeleton. He had extra sensitivity to bludgeoning damage. Dirt, D&D jokes. I hate everything. Everything.
One good comment, though. I noticed there is no mention of the MIT, Harvard, and University of Helsinki study that concluded that there is no conclusive genetic basis for homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, Finland.
Take that, dank comment. Good.
Well,
how dare you, one? You have the Hort Bourse seal of approval.
That's right. Again, you take it to those fruits, Uganda. Sick of these fruits.
That's right. I'm not a big fan.
Mom, I'm really, really gay.
Not anymore. Not in Uganda. That's it for this week, guys. We'll see you next time.
Get that coffee out of your ass.
Hey, it's time for supper, little dude. Come and grab yourself a little plate. It's time for supper, dude. Supper
Summertime, dude. Summertime, where all the world's problems go away. It's time for summer. It's time for summer, dude. Summertime, summertime, summertime. It's summertime, dude.
What is for supper? Well, it's me going to bed, so good night.